Welcome to the 16-ounce Cinema Podcast.
Hello and welcome to 16 Ounce Cinema, where we drink pints and talk pictures. I'm TJ. I'm here with Angus.
Hello.
And Michael.
Hello, everyone.
And tonight's episode, we're talking Giallo, or however you want to pronounce it. I'm pronouncing it the way
Giallo.
I heard Eli Roth pronounce it. I actually wrote it down and went back and played. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to side with Eli Roth on this one.
I would never side with Eli Roth.
On this one, I'm saying Giallo.
No, he's wrong.
Well, it's me and Angus against you and Roth isn't on the podcast, so I think we got this one.
Well, however you pronounce it, just a little background to Giallo. Not too much because I don't want to do that. That is the typically Italian thriller horror. It branched out, obviously, as other countries took the influences. Known for lurid violence and sex. A lot of murder mysteries, black-gloved killers. Big in the 70s, 1968 through 1978. Pioneered by Mario Bava and then made really extra flashy by Dario Argento. Lucio Fulci was in there. Got their one, Fulci. One thing when I was...
I have two cats named after those two.
Exactly.
And the other one was...
the bird with the crystal plumage.
And this is completely my first Giallo experience whatsoever.
No. And
my fourth cat was going to be Bava. I just wanted to get that out there.
Ooh.
If I ever get one.
Did you have
Mario or
your
Lamberto?
cat had an abortion or something and you couldn't name it?
I can't name my aborted cat.
Mario or Lamberto?
I've met Lamberto, so it'd be more him, but I wouldn't tell anybody that. I would just be like, it's just Bava, because I like Mario.
They, of course, influenced slashers. One thing I was looking at, according to Wikipedia, they were biggest in 1971 through 1973, which is interesting to me because that's also the peak for blaxploitation. So I couldn't find any funny, humorous connection in my head to that. It's just...
Dude, if they made black Giallo films, that
would
have been fucking awesome. Instead of the black gloves, they're wearing white gloves.
We did get some beers to go with our movies tonight. I'm a little mellow because I didn't get enough sleep. I'm going first this episode. And so I searched high and low, trying to find a beer that related. And I totally grabbed the wrong one out of my fridge. So you guys talk amongst yourselves while I go get the right beer.
Okay. Are we paused or
no? Me and you will keep it going.
Okay. Well, I got a beer called Exit 16 Double IPA with hoppy highs of tangerine, mango, and pine.
Shit. See, another one I can't have because of the fucking mango.
Oh no!
I'm allergic to mango. I like tangerine and shit, so that would have been cool, but that ruins it.
I'll wait for the description of my beer until TJ gets back. But tell us about your beer. What you got?
I got it just feels weird with him not here.
It does. I'm nervous about when to start, when to go.
Yeah,
what if he has a heart attack and never comes back?
Oh no, I've been back. I was just...
I don't know.
Hey.
Well, then let me finish my description then, and then we can go to Angus.
Or we could go back to him.
Oh yeah, go of my beer that I'm going to describe and talk about.
Oh.
No, just let TJ do it. We'll go back to you. Pretend that didn't happen.
All right, TJ.
Oh, am I editing that out? I wasn't here.
No, you're not editing shit.
All right, so I searched high and low for an appropriate beer. By the way, the wrong beer I just had was the Budweiser Copper Lager, the one that was aged in the Jim Beam barrels, which is actually pretty good beer.
I thought that was terrible.
Oh, I hated my first one. Did you have a second one, or did you only have one?
No, I only
got
had
the
one.
6-pack.
Oh, me?
I hated it.
Okay, like I hated my first one, but I liked the rest I had. So
Yeah. So
Anyway, go on.
I searched high and low, trying to find just the right beer. And then I just got tired of that, and I randomly saw a new beer from Kona that I don't think I've tried. So
Sweet.
I did that.
Your Kona.
I guess, yeah.
Reasonable.
I got Kanaha Blonde Ale, and I've probably had it before.
That
But
sounds nice.
I am kind of staying true to the show with this because I always get the fruity beers, and this is ale with tropical mango added.
Oh my God, Angus is
God
gonna hate
damn it! What?
He just talked about how he can't have my beer because it has mango in it.
Yeah.
An
both of
afternoon
you.
soaring off Kanaha Beach on Maui inspired the brew for our Kanaha Blonde Ale. It's light, sessionable blonde ale with real mango added for a juicy tropical flavor that's easy like the islands and won't weigh you down. I don't know if
I don't like how you always read the advertisements.
They're going to tell about the beer better than I would. I'm just a schmuck.
That's a fair point.
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, it's got good head. That's all I care about. Show me some
All
foam.
right, so,
That's all we want is good head.
as
what
I
do you
said
got?
earlier, mine is the Ixit 16 double IPA.
I already heard this.
I'm sorry. It has, let me fast forward. It has 6 different hops added, and citrus, and something called Chinook, which I looked up.
Isn't
and
that
it's
a
apparently
helicopter?
an American warplane and helicopter that costs $35 million.
Wait, they put
So
that
this-
in a beer?
Yeah, this beer being $2.99 was a goddamn steal.
Did they chop it up and
Tastes
melt
metallic.
I did not ask any questions.
it? I hope you can fly
I
and
just
shit.
know, yeah, I'm just drinking
After
freedom
this.
tonight, so that's what's gonna be it.
All right.
And now Angus.
Yeah. So I did get something to kind of go along with our theme. I got a beer from Italy. Since
Oh.
that seems to be the place where Giallo,
Yeah.
Jello,
At
whatever
least
we call
somebody
it.
remember that the show tries to tie the beers to the theme
Well,
or cared.
it was funny. I got this one 2 days ago, and then I watched my movie last night, and I was like, "Fuck! I wish I would have got something else." But I still like the theme of my beer, so the Italian blah blah blah. It's called Peroni, Nastro Azzurro.
Whoa, it's like real Italian.
Yeah,
All right.
Birra Superior. Dude,
Yeah,
the funny thing
superior
about
beer.
the funny thing is when I get these beers and shit, I don't know shit about beer except fucking Busch Light and shit and Coors. So when I get these ones, I don't know how to pronounce any of it. So it's just weird. But one of the things I thought was funny is this shit's called Peroni, and it's spelled Peroni. But just a few days ago, I heard about this thing called Peyronie's disease. Do you guys know what this is?
no.
No, I don't.
All right, it's spelled Peyronie's.
Okay.
Disease, and basically what it is it's dudes who get really curved dicks. Insanely curved to where it just causes them nothing but pain because of their dicks being so
Oh.
curved.
Can they fix it? Is there a cure?
Well, if you Google image it,
Thanks.
first you're gonna laugh your fucking ass off because these dicks are going in every which way. There's some that look like it would if you pissed, you just pee right up your fucking nostrils.
Oh.
These poor men.
Wait,
is
like-
it genetic,
like-
or did they break them?
Even flaccid? They're all bent and...
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's when you get an erection, that's what makes it really painful. And some of these are they're the one, it goes at a 90 degree. I'm looking at dicks right now.
I guess
Just
this
so
is
everybody
an
knows.
appropriate way to start a horror thing. Just talk about some body horror.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, and then the thing is, there's a lot of video, pictures of surgeries, and it's just a lot of severed, cut up dicks. So
This does
there's
fit
one
well, 'cause
here.
Giallos do have a lot of sexual transgressiveness and especially for the 70s, they like to feature gay people and people being weird about sex. Not gay
I have
people
that in my
are
movie.
weird about sex, but
Hey,
a lot of them
my
have,
movie had this too.
They have token
Yeah.
gay
I-
people
I
and
hope
then
we-
weird sex stuff.
That's actually how my movie gets good.
anyways, there's one that I just wanted to describe because like the dick is completely skinned except the helmet.
Oh. Why?
I don't because I guess they're trying to
if
fix
the
it.
shaft is curved, you don't need to operate on the helmet.
Yeah.
Just think.
Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, let's talk.
Wait,
about,
can I just describe? Can I
let's
describe
get into
one
our
more
beers, 'cause
picture?
we're 10 minutes in now.
Hold on, I want to do one more picture. Like,
All right, do one more dick picture.
It's
One more
like
cock.
well, it's technically like a montage of pictures. There's a dick looking normal, like in the thing, and then they got it sticking up, and then they skinned it,
My beer's
and it
getting
looks like a
warm.
goddamn chest burster. All right, so everybody have fun Googling that and enjoy your
man.
beer.
All right, I'm gonna open
right.
my Kanaha, and I'm also
I always hate that sound.
What else is it that you're doing?
I'm also gonna open up Mike's double IPA because due to medical conditions, Mike is not actually drinking tonight, so I'm drinking his beer for him.
Wait.
Yep.
Oh, so you didn't even have it?
He
No,
bought
I
it,
just bought it, and I bought it.
and then he gave it to me to drink.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So you're having a double mango drink tonight.
He's
Yeah.
having two. You would die twice if you were
so
him.
maybe I'll drink
Yeah,
them
fuck
separate,
that.
half by half, and then after that I'll drink them together.
I'm kind of happy that like it kind of got together, mine and yours. Just
So,
two different mangoes.
The Kanaha, they actually look kind of the same. They're both really effervescent. The double IPA is a nice orangish color that you would expect, just like I said, more effervescent than your typical IPA. The Kanaha is really crisp, like golden clear. It looks like it might not taste like anything, but it looks super crisp. So here
that
we
makes
go
me really thirsty.
on the Kanaha, which it's got a lot of good aroma. The head is already gone.
Okay. And what about my beer?
And that tastes. It tastes like nothing. It tastes like kind of like club soda with a little splash of beer in it.
Oh, your
Oh,
beer
but
is
there's-
unimpressive.
That's the first sip. I think there might be more.
Is there no
future
pine
sips.
taste? I'm upset.
What? There's a.
Is there no pine taste?
Hold on. No, I'm not into yours yet. I'm still on mine.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I thought we were talking about Mike's.
Yeah, there's not much to this beer. You
Next.
could like slam this like land shark.
All right, we get it. Shut up. Go on
Yeah,
with the next one. We don't
Alright,
give a
fine.
shit.
Gee, damn.
You guys didn't want to hear about my cut up dicks.
This one has lots of aroma. I'm not good at
Fuck yeah.
telling aromas. I guess if you say that's pine and citrus, sure.
All right.
Is he drinking it?
I think so.
I am. It's very smooth. It is crisp,
Ooh.
like I said, and then like
Nice.
it's a nice warming beer too.
Ooh.
It has that like that.
Which
It
one
feel
does
is
good-
say it does say it's supposed to be drank in winter, so
Yeah,
that's cool.
it has that feel good warming sensation, which is awesome.
All right, that's
when
good to know.
It's 80 degrees out and I turn off the AC to not.
I'm
be
gonna,
heard on the
I'm gonna put that
podcast.
on my list for the future.
You're going to
take
put
it.
your beer on your list for the future.
Yeah, that's right.
All right,
What-
that's cool.
Tell us about your beer, Angus.
My beer tastes like if you like had like a bent dick and you had to have surgery to
You got a Coors, I see.
No. That's after. No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's good. It tastes like Heineken, but like lighter, like a much lighter taste of Heineken.
Oh, I've had that beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah, I like it.
It's good. It's decent. It's way better than I thought it would be.
Very cool.
All right, I'm gonna
All
mix
right.
the beers together now and let you know how it goes.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
All
you're always down to mix shit.
Yeah, that needs
I am
a
the
little
mixer.
more Kanaha in there because I drank the Kanaha pretty quick because it tastes like nothing. I just top up.
While he's drinking it, I want to explain something. I broke my microphone a couple days ago.
Oh,
Like, like the little stand? It
Yeah.
it snapped. So
Yeah.
I was like, how the fuck am I going to do this? Am I just going to leave it on the table? And then like I tried holding it, but it looked like I was about to like spit like a hot 16 bars and it just looked weird.
I hold it. I've been holding it since the first episode. What are you
Oh, this
talking
is weird,
about?
'cause,
I can't
Oh,
do
sorry.
that.
The
Oh,
bottom.
you
is
guys don't hold
clear.
your. I thought you guys hold your mics too.
No.
What?
Oh,
Who holds their
I have a
mic?
mic stand.
I guess I do.
You think you're a rapper, dude? We're doing a
That's
podcast.
what I said. That's exactly what I just said. Is
He
I
was in
felt
his
like
own
I was
head. He
rapping.
No, I
wasn't
was
paying attention.
I was staring at this beer in wonder because the bottom half is clearer than the top half.
Oh, one has oil
Yeah.
or something.
Or something.
I don't know how that works.
It smells.
All right, so
still
we're
like the
15
double
minutes in.
IPA.
Let's start talking about movies.
It tastes the same as the double IPA, but with more citrus.
Let's talk about movies. It tastes the same.
All right, I watched a movie.
Yeah. Awesome.
I watched The House with the Laughing Windows. First off, when I very first started the movie, one thing that was really exciting to me is that it's directed by a guy named Poopy.
Like, is it just one name, like Cher?
No, I
Just
wish that'd
Poopy?
be even better. No, his name is Poopy, like Pupi. But I looked it up and no, Eli Roth pronounced it Poopy.
You're really following Eli Roth's
Does
take
Eli
on
Roth
everything.
like
What
write
the
a
fuck?
dissertation about your movie?
No, he
What's
did
going-
one YouTube video about the movie I watched.
Oh, man,
I just-
I should have looked for his opinion about my movie.
So
Yeah,
I'm upset.
Well, actually, he had something to do with my movie, I think.
Oh.
Or no. It's another famous guy.
another Roth.
Oh,
David
No, it's
Lee
not Roth.
another Eli?
No,
Eli Manning.
just the. I'm gonna stop talking now.
All right. So Poopy Avati directed my movie, and I think that Angus pretty much always watches YouTube movies for the show. I think this is the first time I watched the movie on YouTube for the show.
Welcome to the club.
Yep, I was excited about that. Although I wasn't sure if this version of it was sped up just slightly because you know how they alter the speed sometimes to dodge copyrights.
Yeah.
Some of the scenes looked a little like bonky, but
Some movies they actually flip the image completely.
oh shit.
They mirror it, so like I've seen it with like Simpsons cartoons and shit. Like they'll completely mirror the whole image. So when I'm watching, I'm like, what the fuck am I seeing? This is so weird.
Sorry, I took another sip of this beer and it kind of tastes like putting cotton in my mouth.
Cock?
Cotton.
Like curved cock.
So the opening credits are actually like the most disturbing opening credits I've ever seen. So it's in like a weird, not quite sepia, but like that off brown orangish color, and you just see this guy getting cut up. So this guy is like just there getting like slashed in the ribs and weird noises and stuff, and weird music too, and like it's all like dark and murky. And then it ends on like you just basically see this guy's body all cut up, and then it ends on just weird whispers, which in some like crazy weird language, and I was like really freaked out. And then like later,
Probably
when the movie-
Italian.
Yeah, later when the movie started, I realized this wasn't a dubbed version. This was the actual Italian version, and I
When
didn't
you
have
said
the
it ends,
subtitles
I
on.
thought I had blacked out and we were done with your movie. I was nervous.
So did you do what I did with the Indian movie?
Oh no, dude! I put on the subtitles.
Oh, okay, shit.
And-
That'd been fun.
And so basically, what we open up that there's this church with like a little fresco, like a painting of basically I guess Jesus getting tortured, or somebody getting tortured. Yeah. Oh no, it was a saint. They did
Jesus
say
or
somebody.
somebody.
They did. Like glazed over.
I'll take the field on that one. That's
Yeah.
like 1 to a trillion.
No, they
The,
did say it
the
was
most
some kind of
famous
saint or
idol in
something.
history, or some guy.
Yeah, it was some guy. I'm not Catholic, so I don't know the saints and stuff. So anyway, this painting was done by a local painter who basically died, disappeared, and the Danny DeVito hires a painter to come to the town.
Are you serious?
What? Yeah, it's Danny DeVito.
Is it? No, it isn't. Shut up.
It might as well have been. So Danny DeVito.
So it's an
hires this guy
Italian Danny DeVito.
to restore the fresco, basically because the town just won't get off his back about it. He says like they just keep pestering him to fix this painting, and he really didn't care. So this painter goes and he goes to the church, and then the pastor comes out and they have a little chat, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to turn this church around. When I came in, there's a lot of cleaning up to do. The first thing I had to do when I came out was clean out a bunch of old cadavers that were being stored here. And it's like, well, like what is going on in Italy that they just, these cadavers just get hung out.
Well, that's what they do, right? They store them in like churches, and then they're like, you need new ones, so they don't know what to do with the old ones.
You need new
They have like
cadavers?
catacombs, right? Catacombs, right?
They have like a shelf life on their cadavers.
I mean, where else are you gonna put them? I've been talking about this my whole life. I don't know where all the dead people go. So
A lot of them burned, a lot of them buried, a lot of them like dissolved
Come back
in
and
acid.
like party in the Bahamas.
I guess they do dissipate every couple hundred years.
I like the Weekend at Bernie's reference.
Sick reference, bro.
So next, the guy is having a breakfast, kind of like meeting the townsfolk and making friends. His breakfast is awesome. So he gets a chunk of cheese, a big old chunk of cheese, and black coffee. That's the kind of breakfast I would love. Just fat and caffeine.
I was hoping for like sausage too or something.
And while he's there, one of the guys like points out like this woman who's like the local teacher. He's like, yeah, she's a local teacher, but she's also a whore. So this painter bangs the teacher. This movie doesn't waste any time. So
Like that quickly?
he's just right there at
He
breakfast on top of the cheese.
Wait, no, you're fucking kidding me.
No, no. Like he just ends up in her room and stuff, and
Okay. I thought like she's a whore, so he just fucking took her right on the cheese. Just took this guy's word for it.
yeah, like all right.
He's like, you were right. She's great. This is a great town.
And that guy would know because he's
her
the,
tears make it better.
he's the doctor.
The whore is the doctor?
No, the guy who told
No,
him
she's
she's
the
a
teacher.
whore is the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny because like he's like trying to tell the painter the spooky story of the town, but like when they're at breakfast, like everybody starts looking his way, so he's like, better not.
There
And
are
then like
whores everywhere.
he like arranges for him to like take a canoe trip out into the middle of nowhere to tell the story, but then Danny DeVito pulls up in his car. So he like keeps getting interrupted. It's almost like a teen sex comedy where the kids like keep not getting laid because of circumstances. Like just this, it's just comical that he can't tell the story. And then he gets killed, the doctor. So now he's dead.
I was
How?
hoping he'd
Why?
stay the whole movie. Yeah, what did he die for?
I didn't write it
He
down.
died for his sins.
So now the painter is in a hotel, but he gets kicked out of the hotel. I guess because the town is all clammed up about like the spooky story, and they're freaked out that he's trying to find out the spooky story as he restores this painting. So he moves to the original painter's old house, and it's this like they do like weird haunted house stuff, doors creaking and sounds, and then this tape recorder just starts playing, and that's the voice you heard at the beginning, and it's the painter like just going on about my colors will paint death perfectly. And he goes on about like how his colors are in his veins, his paintings in his veins, and like all this weird shit.
So he's a poet too. Cool.
I was
Yeah,
hoping it
Renaissance
was.
man.
I was hoping it was done on a talk boy and like sped up a little or slowed down.
What's a talk boy?
You ever seen Home Alone 2?
Like a yak
Oh
back.
yeah, the little
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I used to have one. That thing was awesome.
They were great. I never had one though. I just played with them a lot in the store. It was one of those toys. There's a lot of toys I just played with in the store, but never actually
Yeah.
had.
The thing that was
Because
like
we had toy stores.
Yeah, no, the kids these days won't have that. My son won't have that.
he can't go to the yak back and just say dirty words, hoping that the person behind him will press it, and then hear "fuck you" or something like that.
Sped up.
That was my favorite thing to do.
I can't wait
Just
to tag
cuss
this
on all of
episode
them.
with Yak Back to get the 90s nostalgia crowd listening to our terrible Giallo episode. They're not talking about Yak Backs, those bastards.
I hope they make it to the 24-minute mark and they're like, fuck yeah, Yak Back!
Yeah, this is the moment. And then they're really disappointed because they thought it was like going to change the show. Sorry, Yak Back crowd. This is it. We're not going to talk about Yak Backs anymore.
Oh, I'll find a way to bring
They
it
were
back.
a good size. I always liked their size and shape. I was always taken. That's probably why I played with them. I was taken by their size and their shape.
Well,
They were like,
it had that... It had the big head on, like, for the speaker, and then it kind of bent down like a shaft.
I just thought he was making a
first I
dick
was
joke,
like-
and he just.
I was like, I don't remember them being shaped like that. And then I realized what you did. I had this long moment where I was like, wait, are we talking about the same thing? Am I mistaking my Yak Backs? Is my Yak Back track not working?
So
out?
this Italian fellow's just
Yes,
talked to his
we
Jack
should get
back.
going.
Yeah. So then the painter, he's got a driver who's been helping him out, and he's like the town drunk. And of course, he tries to take this recording to the driver to play it for him. I guess because he's just like, oh, this spooky shit, dude. But it won't play for the driver. And then for some reason, the old teacher just disappears. Like she got a better job in another town, so she left. And this new teacher arrives. So the painter.
Is she a whore too?
Yeah, that was actually my note says old teacher gone, new teacher he bangs.
In with the
Just like that.
out with the old whore, in with the new whore.
Yeah. There's not really any like nudity in here though, just so you guys know.
You just
It's more
lost.
artsy.
Yeah. And so now we kind of get the story from the driver of how the painter died. Basically, he went crazy and he burned himself alive while staring at his crotch, and then he just ran off into the night. So
He probably had a bent dick. Only fire and immolation helped.
Actually, yeah. But this was such a weird scene because, like, okay, I love an immolation, so this was just great for me. But like, it's so weird because he sets himself on fire, but just staring at his crotch, like. But I don't know. I guess maybe it's getting into that weird sex thing of Giallos, but they don't really ever go back to it. So the driver lays out this whole story of how that the painter was weird and killed himself, and but the town's like kind of covering it up for weird reasons, and they're saying that like basically he had these two sisters who had all this like power over the town, who are disappeared, but he says that they are still alive. And he tells him basically go to this house and dig around, right? So he goes to this other house on the property where he's staying. I guess it's kind of weird spatially. I don't understand if it's meant to be the exact same house or somewhere within the vicinity of the house or the drive. There's like a weird kind of like dreamlike quality to the geography in this movie, where you're not sure like where the town is in relation to like the church or basically any location where it is in relation to any other location, including like the interiors. It's kind of like, is that the inside of that building? Like it's weird, like kind of like I said, dreamlike. So anyway, the painter goes to that old house and he digs around and he finds he finds buried bodies there, and he has this moment where he freaks out and like you see him on the side of the house, and that's where the house of the laughing windows, because you see the windows and they have these weird like big painted lips around the windows.
I don't like that.
Yeah. So now the new teacher has been staying with him at the creepy house, and so the pastor had this like weird altar boy who's been like.
Wait, she just moved in with him like a day later?
Yeah, they're in love now. I tell you like this.
Sweet,
Yeah.
that was fast.
Anyway.
You must have a great dick.
Yeah.
Not curved at all.
No, straight as an arrow.
It's gonna be every 45 seconds with that damn joke, isn't it? We might as well name the episode that curved dicks.
I just don't want you to.
That was my fault this time.
I don't want you to cut out my curved dick segment, so I'm gonna
wish
keep
you-
shoving it. I'm gonna shove it down your throats.
I wish you had a yak
I think-
back and we're just hitting play every 45 seconds. Oh my god, where was I?
It's your movie, man. They're in love.
All right, so
Yeah.
this altar boy's been hanging around and being like occasionally weird. Now the altar boy turns up at the house while the painter is away, and so he rapes the teacher.
The altar boy?
Yeah,
Shouldn't he be the one getting raped?
I you know, what do they even, especially like, back, like the Giallos seem to be like, it was always, the priest. So maybe he should have been raped, but he wasn't. No,
Maybe he should have.
I don't know. I can't think. I didn't get enough sleep. Um,
You should have more beer.
it's having this nasty mixed beer, and then I'll have this Budweiser Copper Lager.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the painter comes back to the house, and he goes up in the attic, and he finds the teacher hanging by her wrists, and she's stabbed and dead. So he runs to get the cops,
no.
but naturally when he gets there, the body has disappeared. And
It's not
so
natural at all.
he tries showing them the house with the laughing windows and the buried bodies, but the bodies are not there. So he goes to the bar, and he gets a call, and it's her calling him to the house.
Well, she's dead.
Right, but it turns out it's a recording, luring him back to the house.
The yak back.
So now I don't know if I should give away the ending now or in the bullet points. The ending's not really a bullet point though, so I'll go ahead now.
Okay.
So
Wait, is the movie over?
yeah. There's
Good
not much
movie.
to my movie. Like I said, he just moves boom, 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 boom from thing to thing. It's all about like the atmosphere of the movie.
Oh, you're serious?
Oh yeah. So
Oh, wow.
shit.
Okay.
the whole movie he's been like trying to like, because not a lot happens. He's just kind of
Holy
like trying
shit.
to absorb the town and figure out what's going on. And like I said, it's dreamlike. Like it just moves. It flows. So
I just
he
want to
gets-
say thank God we went long in the beginning then to make up time.
just to fill the time. So he gets back, and like, it turns out the sisters that we were told were alive. They're there, being all creepy, and you just see one of them in the face, and she's really fucking creepy. And they're killing the altar boy for raping the woman and stuff. And their brother's charred skeleton is kept in a giant formaldehyde jar, and what they're basically saying they're doing is that his spirit is still alive, and they're killing people to give him the paints that he needs in his blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so they're all fucked up, and like it's just really creepy scene too, because like the way they're dressed and these actresses are like on point. They are nasty, and just the scene, like the effects of the charred body in this giant jar in the attic as they're just like saying these really unsettling lines. It's awesome. And then they stab the painter, and he runs away. And he's going to the town, like banging on doors and stuff. But like, this whole town is all clammed up about it, and now no one's coming out
I wish
to
this
help
whole
him.
movie was like this ending.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. It comes up
sounds
to
great.
it's a great ending, and so no one will come up to help him. But like through the movie, he's been talking with the pastor, so he decides I'm going to run to the church and talk to the pastor and get help. And early in the movie, his restoration had been destroyed as he was like uncovering like faces of different characters, because basically it's like a painting, and he's uncovering debris and like restoring, so like a lot of the fine detail is coming out. And part of it was destroyed. Now part of it was destroyed because it showed the sisters in the painting, and that's why like someone came along and destroyed it. To that end, it would have revealed to him that the pastor is actually one of the sisters. So
What?
yeah, he runs to the church, and basically the end is the pastor. He realizes the pastor is the sister, and then the other sister whose face you saw earlier, because remember you only saw one of their faces in that scene. The other one comes out, and then they cackle like fucking witches, and the painter's dead, and that's it.
So wait,
Right.
the teachers, were they anything? Like were they were they like witches or any shit?
No.
Oh, see, I was expecting them to be the ones when you started to say that.
And there's not actually like they act like witches. Now there's not anything actually like supernatural to it, although it is like you have that almost that vibe, but the movie doesn't go there. You know what I mean?
I thought it was going to
Okay,
go
yeah.
like the Suspiria route or something where
No, they're
It's
not
like-
actually witches, but there's a lot of like I said, the supernatural undertones, but nothing explicit.
They're high school girls, basically, right? They're
Yeah,
not
they're
actually witches. They just got the vibe.
yeah.
There you go.
And That is Poopy Avadi's The House with Laughing Windows.
Cool.
Poopy. Is
All
yours
right.
going to be 13 minutes also?
Mine might be several times longer than that.
Several times.
So yeah,
I'm good.
We'll see.
I'm good.
All
Good.
right.
Let's go.
All right. So I will start off by saying that there's a split that I saw between whether my film is a giallo or not. But most people totally say it is. But there's a few things I saw online that said it was like the cousin of giallo by simply calling it a let's watch a pretty lady go nuts film. So
Okay.
you guys can pretty much decide on that.
Well, that's fine because mine's not really a traditional giallo either.
Mine had the same thing, like, but mine's in a different vein. But it's still like when I was watching, I was like, this seems like something else, but it's on every giallo list. So
Yeah, same
I
with
think
mine.
I think it's like music genres that just kind of vibe together.
Mine
yeah,
So.
doesn't hit like all the tropes except for the priest did it, and even the director, Pupi Avati. He's
poopy.
I'm gonna say as many times as I can. He's not like he's known like he's an award-winning director who directed like all sorts of genres, and he's not really even known as a horror director.
Scat films.
He had one other like big horror movie called Zeter or Revenge of the Dead, which I've not seen. Maybe Angus has. Or
Eddie
has heard of it.
Zetter.
Yep. He directed some Pearl Jam music videos, which he won some awards for. Oh, Michael loved this. I was kind of like, because I knew my
Yeah, I already do.
my bit was short. So I turned the page. So I'm sorry to jump into your movie when you started.
No.
But just a little trivia about Pupi Avati, which Mike will like, is that
Every time. Bigfoot fetish?
that
What?
no, he started out like his career as a
Wait,
person.
Bigfoot? Like
He
the
played in a
creature? You have a fetish?
he played in a jazz band. So like
Oh.
at first he thought he was gonna have a career in music, like when he was young. So he played in a jazz band professionally. But then basically he was kind of felt that he didn't have the talent to really pursue it lifelong. So that's why he switched over to movies.
I would have loved to have went to a Poopy in the Hepcaps.
Oh damn! I should have written. You know, he had a band name. Yeah, it wasn't like Poopy and the Wipes or something.
So this is, I think, my first film where I know the characters' names, so that's cool. The film starts with this woman named Jane. She's waking up and she looks like she's just been roofied. So she takes a shower in her white shirt for some
Were
reason.
there any choir boys or near her altar boys?
No altar boys. It's just her being naked in like a really sexy white shirt, just taking a shower with her shirt on. She has great nipples, great feet too. And then her boyfriend Richard comes home and gives her more drugs and calls her a good girl. Then they fall asleep and they have sex. Then she freaks out when he's about to enter her and just like sees people stabbing like her and stuff like that, and so they can't have sex.
That's like
So
every
that made me
girl's
kinda
first time.
chuckle. I think she's had sex before, so I think there's some sort of something wrong with her. I think.
you
Yeah,
think?
it's not her first time.
I'm not a psychologist. But
Oh, actually,
watching this
I
movie-
guess-
Actually,
I
you are.
There is a psychologist coming up, but it turns out that she did lose a baby, so I assume they had sex before. And the dude was like, the guy Richard was like, you know, it was my baby too, and I don't freaking lose my mind about it. But he
Richard's
was nice.
cool.
Yeah, Richard's cool. He was pretty cool about
He's
it.
pretty
Bro.
awesome. I like him.
Bro, get
He's
over
level-headed.
it. Yeah.
Her and her sister start having a conversation about vitamins and how they shouldn't be taken
Oh, you
without
must have
doctor's
been
orders.
livid.
That-
because
yeah, I
you
was gonna
saw
say,
it.
that's
Yeah,
your
no.
shit.
And they said how like they're very bad for you, which did make me very angry. But it made me realize that what they mean by vitamins is actually just a catch-all for psychoactive drugs. So I relax. Yeah, it's totally not like vitamin D they're talking about.
Oh.
So
And for the record, you're not selling psychoactive drugs.
oh no, that would be cool, but no,
You'd be
I am
making a
not.
lot more money.
Yeah.
We'd be doing this in a
she
fucking
goes-
studio if you're selling psychoactive
Yeah,
drugs.
we would. Yeah. I would fly Angus in every 2 weeks.
My favorite thing would be like we'd have to keep his tiger like down. Like you hear my dog's barking, we'd have to keep his tiger quiet.
No, I would totally have a little gorilla. So.
Oh, somebody's kangaroo got loose near locally this week.
Oh, okay.
I
Maybe they'll bust through my window.
Yeah, he has like he does like meat kangaroo things at like
Like kick
pumpkin
things?
No, I went to like a fall festival.
Wait, who
like,
does? Is this imaginary me again, or are we talking in real life?
No,
now?
I met this guy. I went to like a fall festival.
You
picked
met the
pumpkin
Kangaroo
thing.
Jack?
I don't think his name is Jack. It might be Jim.
Kangaroo Jim.
Well, no, he has like a kangaroo.
That's the
farm
asylum
and,
version
like, a petting
of
zoo,
Kangaroo
and he'll like
Jack?
bring the petting zoo part with like the animals you can pet
okay.
to different events, and then he has like a little like meet a kangaroo excursion, and you see a kangaroo just kind of move around, and he had like a really tiny.
Yeah, there's
little,
actually a guy like that in my town too. Weirdly enough, so,
we
okay,
live almost in the same fucking town. It's probably the same kangaroo Jim.
I was gonna say, why do you guys have kangaroo men? This is fucking creepy. You have door-to-door kangaroo pet
No, he
salesmen?
doesn't go door to door and ask if you want to like pet his kangaroo. That's just disturbing. I'd be like, nah, dude.
That's all I'm imagining. I won't listen to anything else. I'm imagining this man like goes door to door,
Actually, I
asking for
would
money
say
to
yes.
pet his kangaroo.
Well,
Dude,
mine guy had the like the little monkey things, like marmosets or whatever.
marmosets.
That have
They're
mean.
mean.
Marmosets. He had those all the time.
I dated a
His
girl
was
who had
chilly.
one,
He wore
and I hated
it wore a
and it bit
diaper
me.
too.
It would like climb up on my shoulder and nuzzle me, and then bite my earlobe.
Yeah, he was kind of smelly when he came in, but like not like overly so.
the
Not
man
like
or the
disgustingly
marmoset?
so. I mean, the man and the marmoset were together, so I don't know.
In your house?
He both bit you?
No, at my work. He always like came in and shopped and stuff. For not psychoactive drugs.
I was gonna say, was the
right.
monkey buying good pills? Or?
Yeah. Was he getting marmoset vitamins? How much vitamin D does a marmoset need daily? You should know.
I wouldn't know that. I don't. That was my one and only marmoset interaction. So
All right. I heard capuchins
so
are even
she,
meaner than marmosets.
I don't know.
Hello and welcome to 16-ounce monkeys,
Fuck
where we
you,
talk
man.
chimpanzees, apes, and even gorillas.
I hate you. All right, so back to my movie.
We drink
Jane
ale
goes-
and talk apes.
Jane goes to a psychoanalyst's office and tells him that she had an abortion and lied about it and can't have sex anymore because every time she does, she sees a man stabbing her for her sins. I made the last part up, but she does see a man stabbing her.
Angus loves the sin angle.
That caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that.
I'm assuming because this dumb bitch is guilty about murdering a baby and lying to the father about it. I assume that's why she's having these nightmares. But I'm not a doctor, as TJ pointed out.
Awesome, like bent. You know, like that's. I love that idea. Like not in general, like just women going around with this. but story wise, like I think that's a great way to start with a character like that's their problem. That's really interesting.
And then in the office waiting for the doctor, she also sees a blue-eyed man, like a very intense blue-eyed man, but nobody knows who he is. She thinks that this not having sex and freaking out thing may be an issue between her and her boyfriend Richard. And the doctor does concur that that's a problem that might happen.
He's very astute.
Yeah,
well
very
read and
astute doctor.
astute.
He tells her to come back, and he tells her to stop taking Richard's quote unquote vitamins. Next up, we get a really cool train scene, like choo-choo train. I mean,
fucking train!
My son loves trains.
Yeah, he would love it. Except
I
like
should probably
in
not show him this movie.
1970s Italy, apparently like trains go dark for half the time because it's the 70s and electricity sucks. But it's a really freaky as hell scene. And there is a glove scene, the only glove scene in this movie, except it's just some 8-year-old kid who has this really amazing leather gloves that I'm really jealous of. And those are the only gloves in my movie.
Maybe we should get a screen cap of that to put on our Facebook because I'm really curious what's so special about this baby's glove.
Okay, yeah, I'll go back and take a screen cap of it.
All right.
When everyone leaves, the blue-eyed man from the earlier is also in the train, and she runs away from him because he isn't as handsome as he was in her dreams. So I mean maybe other reasons, but I think that's why she ran away. Yeah. Next, she meets a really hot neighbor, which apparently everyone in Italy is just fucking smoking hot. Apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then she goes
They
home
age
and burns
decently,
the
too.
eggs. Do they?
Yeah. Not as good as black
she-
people. They age the best, but
That's right. I don't know if that's true, but I'll
No,
take
it's
your word for
very
it.
true.
yeah, it's totally true.
All right.
It, like They don't
black don't
age
crack,
from like
so that makes
30
sense.
to 70, and then they age.
Oh, that's a good time out. So.
Did we ever talk about that though? Like how Blasians have it like right like in the middle, so like they have it perfectly. Because Asians age horribly.
They do. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry, Asians.
I think Well, even though we're just talking about women, but like Asian men, I think age very well.
I'm talking about
they become
men
super
and women.
distinguished. Oh,
I only think of women in their looks.
Yeah.
I don't care about the way guys look.
I guess I'm not checking out a lot of Asian men, but like I see a lot of black men, and
what do you have against Asian men, TJ?
Yeah,
I
fuck,
guess I
you
just
racist.
don't see them as frequently.
Yeah,
So
TJ and Harvard
yeah.
always just. No.
Like they said, I just
Alright.
don't see Asians.
I don't see.
They're not people to me.
Oh,
I don't see
that's
them.
not where I was going with that. Damn.
All right, so then she ends up going home and she burns her eggs and she sees the blue-eyed man out her window and then she locks herself out of her own apartment. So bad times all around for this chick.
While
Like
her eggs
actual
are burning?
eggs or the eggs in her?
Oh no, actual eggs. I think her
Oh,
eggs are
okay.
still okay, but I'm not 100%.
I don't know.
Wait, are
They
they okay or are
fucking-
they burned? This could be pivotal.
Well, the eggs are done. We are now at a naked scene. We see her sister.
Wait, she's
nude,
locked
which is
outside of her
awesome.
apartment naked?
No, like that eventually Richard comes back and lets her in and everything's fine.
Okay.
It's just her, freaking out.
she's
Richard
always
goes to see
freaking
his.
out. He's just feeding her drugs.
Yeah, she's been freaking out for a solid 30 minutes now. We see her sister nude, and Richard goes to see her, and like she blames Richard for everything going
Richard
wrong.
goes to see her nude?
because well, no, he goes to talk to her, and she's just in the bathroom taking her clothes off and stuff.
Oh yeah, that happened in a
I
movie
don't-
I watched and decided not to talk about.
Yeah, naked people everywhere.
Yeah, just hanging out, like whatever, naked.
It turns out
Hold
like
on, hold
Richard
on,
thinks,
hold on,
yeah,
hold on.
yeah.
He watched multiple movies and he chose the one that he had 10 minutes of discussion on.
Whoa, TJ.
I was gonna watch 3, but I didn't have the time because I was in between. I was really heavily in between the movie I did watch and Your Vice is a locked room and only I have the key.
I thought one of you were going to do that, so I saw it on YouTube, but I figured
Yeah,
one of
it's
you were
on
doing
YouTube.
it.
And I was gonna watch that and The House with Laughing Windows, and then Mike was like saying he might do Your Vice, so I backed down. But then, obviously,
You already saw. I thought you already saw it. That's why I didn't see
no.
it.
But and then of course Angus put up a fuss because he said that if Mike chose it, I would have a bias towards Mike's selling points because I already wanted to see the movie
Oh, yeah.
anyway. And in the midst of all this,
That's
I
a
picked a
great
topic
story.
because I'd been watching Giallos, doing Lucio Fulci for my blog and such, and then just happening upon Deep Red. Happening upon it as if it's just a movie you stumble upon that's underground. Voodoo had it for free. Voodoo has several Giallos for free, at least as of this recording. And I watched
Fucking
another one. that
Hulu
caught
has
my
a
eye.
bunch.
Hulu?
Hulu has like
Oh.
every like Lamberto Bava, Dario Argento movie, Fulci movie like ever.
I didn't know that.
At least the last time I checked, they had like everything.
Maybe I'll.
It was like Cat in the Brain was on there. I was like, holy
I
shit.
canceled my Hulu because I wasn't using it at all. But maybe now that MoviePass is
Well, this
dead,
was
I'll
like-
use my $10 a month for Hulu.
It was like 6 months ago, so I don't know if they've changed
Oh.
it since because mine's been deactivated. But I remember it had like every like Italian horror film you could think of.
Oh, they had a great movie on there that I constantly recommend to Mike, called Without. I'll plug that movie while we're here. It's basically about this girl who goes to an out-of-the-way house to care for an invalid, like semi-comatose old man, and she basically she gets lonely and weird. I don't want to say more, but yeah, that was a fun movie. Anyway, the other one I watched was The Case of the Bloody Iris that had people just randomly talking. There was a naked woman in a bathtub, actually, specifically.
I love that he now described 3 movies. I don't know which one to pick.
Oh, let me flip through my notebook.
we're done.
Maybe I have something else I
Oh,
haven't
that's
mentioned.
okay. So naked sister and Richard, and we learned that that Richard thinks that it is his fault that she hadn't lost the baby, because they had a crash where like they hit a
he
tree.
punched her right in the stomach, saying,
so
"You get rid of
yeah.
this baby."
So there was a crash. So Richard blames for himself. So this just reiterates that Jane's a bitch. Her hot neighbor
that's
friend.
sick.
That is sick. Yes.
Wow.
I thought. How sick? I don't know.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
sick,
pretty
I would
bad.
say.
Like, he's blaming himself for this death of the child that she actually aborted and is lying to him about and letting him feel guilty over.
Well, that's
Although not
this
that
is like
guilty
because she's
because
going.
he's like, get over it.
Well, no, because he's actually pretty like stoic about the whole thing, and like because he does think it's his fault, and then so like her going crazy, he's just like he's kind of putting up with it, but he's pretty like stoic about the whole thing.
He thinks
so.
it's his fault?
Yeah,
Okay,
totally.
okay,
Because
okay.
he had an abortion like right after.
Oh,
the
so her
tree
going
incident,
crazy
so.
like twists the knife on him too.
Yeah, but he's either not a good actor or it just didn't matter whatsoever. Like that part of the story wasn't really
It probably
told at all.
didn't matter because I
so.
assume people are going to start getting killed. So they probably it's not.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
a character drama about the death of a child and what it does to a couple. Let's be real here.
So,
Mike
Her
watched
hot
another
nick-
Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
oops.
Like, I'm
just-
sinking my teeth
I
into
got
this movie
addicted.
as if it is this like really heartfelt character drama about this couple trying to survive after the death of a child and lies about it. Completely
So,
forgetting
her
that
hot-
bodies are about to drop.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
It's coming. Her hot neighbor friend tries to convince her to stop seeing her doctor, and instead should go see her friends, whom I think are witches. And,
Oh, yeah, witches.
Yeah,
Oh,
more
yes.
witches. And James seems super interested, but I think she just has like a slight crush on her neighbor because she's really hot. Then on her way to a lawyer, Jane gets a dog skull thrown at her by the blue-eyed man in the stairway, and he tries to fucking axe her to death, but he swings like a retard and she runs away again. This guy's fucking scary because who the fuck has a dog skull just with them? It's crazy.
Was it like
So,
like an old like dog skull, like just completely like
Yeah.
white, or was it like kind of like
no, it
meat
was like-
rotting?
Or meaty.
It could have been a couple months old, one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't like a science skull or anything.
Science skull.
Instead of a coven, her neighbor takes her to a freaky sex cult with a goofy as fuck cult leader. He looks like the wizard on the cover of an NES game. Is the best way I can describe him.
Well, does he have a staff?
He doesn't have a staff. He's missing a staff, but he has everything else. The pointy fucking beard, the weird ass fucking long fingernails that are green and purple. and he
You
has
shall
a cool,
not fuck.
He has like a cool robe and shit, and he's freaky as shit. Like he just looks freaky. We see her and her neighbor. They change dresses and walk down half naked downstairs, which was a really hot scene. Because like the camera lingers on their feet the whole time, so it was great for me. Then the wizard kills a dog for its blood, and the wizard casts a spell on the blood and drinks it, and then makes Jane drink it, and then some weird chanting and shit, and gypsy music starts playing, and the hot neighbor chick rips off her top, Jane's top, and starts making out with her, which is great.
Some of this was in an episode of King of the Hill, where Bobby almost joined a bunch of warlocks, and they tried to make him drink dog blood.
Did a bunch of dudes start making out with him?
Yes.
Oh, they did it on
Alright,
Family
I'm gonna
Guy
watch-
too. I guess it's a common theme.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Let's see. And then so everyone makes out with her, and then topless Jane, and then the wizard fucks her, and the music is great. So I just want to reemphasize how great the gypsy chanting music is. And then while the wizard is inside of her,
Wizard.
we
He put his staff in her.
yeah, he's got his staff out now, DJ.
All right.
And then we pan to her fucking Richard. So I guess the wizard shit worked really well. So we're back to her being okay for a while. Then she
Wizard
sees
dick
the
cures anything.
Yeah, everything. And dog blood. Don't
Dude,
forget the dog blood.
Dude, fuck your multivitamins. Wizard dick is where it's at.
Oh, man.
We used to know a guy online called Dick Wizard, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's what we called him when we were trolling goth websites in high school.
Yeah.
He was like Death Wizard or something. We called him Dick
Death Wizard. Yeah, and then we made like funny memes of him.
And then we
We
got
got banned from every site.
IP banned from like 5 different goth dating sites.
And the thing that sucks is I would have loved to have dated some of those girls, but I totally just went in with the fucking trolling to where I fucked myself over to where I couldn't get back in.
Oh no!
So these
You
goofy,
live, you learn.
these goofy wizard fucks bang the girls I was supposed to.
Exactly. These like 50-year-old dudes who look like Terry Butler, just long hair, big fat stomachs.
Remember he was playing a guitar in his garage?
Yes,
With,
I
like,
remember.
fucking
His
garbage cans
His
near him?
profile pic, yeah, is him like playing guitar next to a fucking trash can in the garage.
And it wasn't plugged in. It was an electric guitar that had no plug.
I guess this was the day before Instagram and just Snapchat filters. It's just like, this is me next to a fucking trash can. Take me as I am, bitch.
So all right. So there for a few minutes, Jane.
Yes.
I didn't puke. I just,
Not dying.
I
okay.
just spit out the beer from my nose because how fucking stupid that we just brought that up. A fucking 14-year-old joke that nobody's gonna get.
I politely accepted it.
Somebody might remember GoneGothic.com or what was Dark Star.
Gone Goth, Vampire Freaks.
I remember
yeah.
Vampire Freaks.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
shit.
jerked off
Dude.
to there.
That just made me laugh so fucking hard. Fucking dick wizard.
All right, so Jane is okay for a few minutes, but then like she sees the blue-eyed man and runs away from him again, and then so she decides to go back to the sex cult and get fucked by everyone, and this happens like dozens of times, and we get this like montage of the wizard fucking her, and like and like it's this weird like cult setting, and it just happens over and over and over again. And the next, like I said, the next few minutes is just her having like sexy time with the wizard man, while everyone like sex cult dances around her and like a cool. And but at the end of it, she gets a really cool new robe. So I think it was all worth it.
A wizard robe?
No, it's like gray, so it's like a sex slave robe, but it's just really nice. It looks like silk or something,
like
more expensive. I don't know.
Robe. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. And then so when after she's done banging the wizard, she kills her neighbor because the wizard tells her to. She doesn't really want to, but like the neighbor seems down for it completely. She's like, yeah, go ahead and kill me. It's my time. So that happens. Yeah. They don't really talk about why, but it turns out that like to leave the cult, you have to die, and you have to bring somebody in that kills you. And so like it's her time to leave, and now this girl Jane is in the cult. And it turns out that the blue-eyed man is in the cult too. Shocking. And him following her around was just a way to get her to join. And also, for some reason, like, the wizard takes off his wizard suit, and he puts on, like, a real suit, and he looks like Robert Downey Jr.
With a pointy beard?
Like with a pointy beard. Like, he turned, like, imagine Robert Downey Jr., like, 30 years ago. It's kind of what this wizard looks like.
Oh, I thought it was like Tony Stark wizard or something.
And then he tells her that's the only way she has to leave the cult, and now she's part of the cult and she can't leave. But they just kind of let her go for some reason, and she ends up waking up in Richard's bed, except Richard's out of town. And then the blue-eyed man is there again and starts stabbing her, but this time she's just hallucinating. So this time it's just in her head. She does have a bunch of bruises and like weird cult tattoos on her all of a sudden, and then she goes to see a doctor who gives her more drugs and takes her to a secluded home so that his staff can like take care of her while like he tidies up the office. That's literally why he doesn't stay with her. No, this is a doctor now. The wizard is the wizard is gone.
Like forever?
So no, he comes back.
Oh, okay, I got that.
He's sadder words have never been spoken.
He actually okay. So the wizard is gone. He comes back as like Tony Stark, Wizard Man or whatever.
Iron
the fuck,
Wizard.
So.
Can we just
Iron
call him
Wizard.
the Wiz?
I will. Yeah, let's call him the Wiz.
Iron Wiz.
So the you'll never believe this, but the blue-eyed fella shows up at the doctor's office thing, and he tells her that her mother was in the cult too, and that she died by the same knife that she used to kill the neighbor, and then we find out that on his way to the house, the doctor was also killed by the blue-eyed man, and then the blue-eyed man gets killed by Richard when he's trying to kill Jane. So we get a big mess of plot very quickly, and then Richard takes Jane back home. Then it turns out that her sister is also in the cult, and she wants to fuck Richard and tells her that Jane sucks and isn't good enough for him. And then so Richard, I swear to God, Richard shoots her in the pussy and she dies.
Nice.
Like she's just like getting close to him and groping him and like sexy talking him, and he's just looking in her eyes. But meanwhile, the camera pans to his hand, and he's just like taking a gun out of a drawer.
What kind of
and
gun?
Then he shoots her. I don't know. I don't know.
A
Guns
bazooka.
very well.
Like an
It's one of those, like-
AR-15 and just
No,
fucking
it's one. No.
unloads.
It's this big piece of like honking metal. It's just like a thick-looking gun. You know, like thick, and I don't know. I don't know guns. That's all I got.
Was it curved?
It was a very straight gun.
Okay.
Remarkably straight.
So the rest of the film, I have a hard time understanding what's happening. It's either all a dream sequence or all it's just weirdly fucked. She kills Richard, and the wizard arrests her, but he's a cop now.
Wait,
and
what?
they take her away, but all the cups, all the
Cups.
all the cups.
Are you trying
Jesus,
to
I need
pronounce
to wet my tongue.
cops?
The police.
There you go.
But the police
Paulus.
are in the sex cult too.
So Sting
then-
gets her.
And then the wizard is once again the wizard again and kills Jane, except Jane wakes up to Richard in the hospital. And it turns out all of that was actually real except for her killing Richard and the wizard being a cop. Her sister was actually the leader of the sex cult, and she did it to sell drugs. And that's basically the end, except Richard and the wizard man get into a fight, and the wizard man gets thrown off the roof and dies because that wasn't cliche yet.
Was
back
there a
then.
railing on the roof?
No, he just punches him in the
Shit.
face and he falls. And that's the end of my wizard man sex cult movie.
For some reason,
What was
I
the name
can't
of
stop.
it again?
All the Colors of the Dark, which actually I haven't said yet, so that's the name of my movie.
Yeah, I was
All
gonna
the
say I
Colours
didn't
of
think
the
you
Dark.
said it.
Yeah, so that's the name of my movie.
But now I just got the song "Cop Wizard" stuck in my head.
I want to dress up like Dick Wizard for Christmas.
Just go around with a guitar and a trash can.
Why Christmas?
Yeah, wait. I was like, yeah, he dressed up for
It would be
Christmas.
more fun that way, I guess. It would.
You'd be the only one dressed up. You would basically just look like that was your life. Like, if you're out in public, you'd be like, oh, this guy's just got nobody for Christmas.
My favorite part would be Mike wearing like the long wig. Shit.
This was Italy. There's no wig. I have perfect wizard hair.
Wait, what? We're not in Italy, dude.
The wizard was.
Don't you know where you are?
No, I don't. Let's continue.
Yo, in the jungle, baby. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm
So
ready. Let's hit
Angus watched a movie.
Re-say that.
So I heard
said Reese.
Angus watched the movie.
I did.
Oh, because I was keeping in all that wizard talk.
Oh, we are? Shit. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's
Mike's
still
gonna dress
it's
up
still
as a
true that you also watched the movie.
It is, I
Brash metal
suppose.
wizard who plays guitar in his garage next to a trash can,
Dude,
overweight, and runs a goth dating website.
he's just shredding
In
fucking the 12 Days of
2004.
Christmas.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Dude, I wish I knew Dick Wizard's real name because I want to look up like to see if he has a Facebook and still the same
Like,
picture.
what's happened to this guy?
Dude, we forgot to mention like one other thing about that picture that's hilarious is like in the background with all the trash cans and shit. There was something there because he took it in MS Paint and like put like black marks over things to block it. Do you remember that?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
No,
like
I don't remember that.
there was like shit around the trash cans that he like took a fucking paintbrush tool and like covered up.
Like Enya albums or something.
Just to prove he's like true wizard.
Yeah. Let me put on my Napalm Death shirt and cover up the
No,
the Enya and
he just
Spice Girls.
he just put Napalm Death in the MS Paint. Like it's not even their real logo. It's spelled wrong. Napalm Death. All right. I did watch a movie,
Tell
guys.
us about it.
I can't wait for you guys to talk about wrestling so I get lost.
I've been out of it the whole episode. I don't understand anything.
Oh, yeah. And then I get to prattle on my own and you guys just don't talk.
I always want to. I always want to
Those are my
see how
favorite
far you
parts.
go. I'm hoping you get like a 7 to 8 minute dialogue one day or monologue.
Oh, I love going off topic and then you guys don't bite. I'm just like, well, I'm in it now.
Well, fuck, man. See, I suck for the... Whoever goes first, I'm always awful for. Because I don't feel comfortable.
Thanks.
So
No, it's
It'll
not
be
you.
my
Like,
turn next
when I
time.
go first, it's
it'll be
awful.
my turn next time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't hit my stride until about, like, 30 minutes in.
Nobody does.
I love
don't
going
like going
first.
first.
It's my least favorite position.
We should just incorporate a fourth person who always goes first and just cut their shit. Be like, hey, can you come in, just talk about a movie for 20 minutes, and then like
Yeah, we can get
and
we can get different guests every time.
and we
That's a
continue on
great
our own.
idea.
No, get the guy you replaced me with for fucking Event Horizon.
Yes.
Assholes.
He has a lot more of a presence than you do.
Fuck you.
So our listeners might not
Oh, yeah.
know that because Angus lives in a different state from us, and we have our annual Event Horizon month, but it's not exclusive to the three of us. So we being me and Mike specifically, like to invite other people along, and so yeah, we did have another guest this year. Sometimes it's a bigger thing. This time it was just one other person, and Angus was with us through speakerphone.
Well, the funny thing is, like, I thought that it was going to be somebody else, somebody I actually know, and then you were like, oh, it's this guy who you met 9 years ago.
Who you don't know.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, how am I going to let loose, like, and actually talk when I don't know who the fuck this guy is? Like, it was awkward. It felt weird.
You've met him?
I
No,
know, like,
yeah,
years
that's
ago!
funny, yeah.
He busted a novelty candy cane
I
on
remember
your
that.
ass.
I remember the candy cane more vividly than him.
I mean, as well you
Video
should.
of
Yeah.
him doing it to you.
Yes!
I'll share the video on the Facebook.
Oh shit, we have it?
Yeah.
Oh god, no, don't do
I kind of
it.
want a candy cane. It'll go good with my wizard thing I'm
it's,
wearing in Christmas.
Oh, a candy cane guitar. Like,
Candy cane, Michael.
Yes. It's gonna have that curve.
Peyer's disease candy cane.
by Peroni.
Whatever.
Alright, guys, I watched a movie.
Yeah?
I did!
Tell us.
I fucking did! At 1:30
You're
last
gonna tell
night.
us the title, unlike Michael.
Yes! My movie is, well, I've had this Blu-ray for like fucking maybe 3 years. I've been wanting to watch it since I bought it. Blue Underground released it, of course. One of my, like, they're up there in my like top 5 of Blu-ray releasers. Probably 3. I like Scream Factory and Arrow a lot. But anyways, I've had this movie. I've been sitting on it for a while, so I figured this would be the perfect time to watch it. It's a movie that was actually, it was released on my birthday in 1987. Well, not my actual birthday, just 1987.
I knew that was coming.
Mike
I'm going for a way callback. That's for our old OG fans.
Yeah.
Anyways, the movie I picked is Stage Fright. Done by...
Oh, I watched a movie called Stage Fright with Meatloaf in it.
Was that the one, like, in the summer camp and shit?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a remake of this stage.
No,
fright.
no, it's not. But that was like 2014, maybe 15.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I forget who else was in it. There was an actress
The killer was like a kabuki guy, right?
Was he also a
I
sergeant?
don't really remember it.
No. He had like a kabuki mask on, but it was like a musical, right?
It was a musical. So
Yeah. It's the same movie.
actually, I don't remember anything about it. Someone on Letterboxd recently liked my review of it, which I basically said, this has trope after trope after trope after trope, but it's a musical and Meatloaf is in it.
I loved it. I thought it was really fun.
I think I gave it average 3 out of 5.
Yeah,
Two
I
stars out
haven't
of 5.
watched it again, but when I watched it, I really did enjoy it. It's one of those ones that I was
I mean,
I should
Meatloaf
go
is
back.
in it, and he
I
does
love
well,
Meatloaf.
so,
That's
of
all I
course,
got
I
in
gotta
that.
give points
I
for
haven't watched it,
Meatloaf.
I don't think.
We
Yeah.
all love Meatloaf.
You,
Go for it. Maybe I'll rewatch it
Alright.
with you, Michael.
we should all rewatch it.
Yeah, let's talk about stage. Let's rewatch.
every
let's just
November.
table this episode right now. Rewatch it, and then we'll edit in us talking about the Meatloaf stage fright.
Wait, no, I want to explain my
Yeah, let's
stage
talk
fright.
about
Instead of
Angus's
this
stage
1987
fright.
one that didn't have Meatloaf in it.
I almost didn't make it to
Alright.
work today because of this fucking movie.
Would you wake up at 4 a.m. to watch it?
Yes.
Didn't you get his text? Yeah, he watched
No.
it at like 3 in the
Yeah, I
morning.
literally did. I texted you guys that.
Oh, I didn't. I mean, I told you guys, I didn't sleep. I went to bed at 12:30, and then woke up at 3 a.m.
Then you
to,
would have seen it right when I sent
sex,
it.
and then I woke up for the
You
day
had sex at 3
6:30,
a.m.?
So it was quite a night. Yeah, it was just one of those
Are
nights.
you a wizard?
All right.
What did he say?
Asked if you were a
I
wizard.
said,
I
You're a
guess
wizard,
partially.
TJ.
All right, I'm just living that rock star life.
my
Your
movie,
movie.
Stage
By
Fright,
Angus.
My movie.
1987.
What? That's way past Giallo's time. I'm just kidding. I'm
No, they
messing with you.
they still went.
It could still be a Giallo, especially depending on who directed it.
The guy's name is Mikolai Soavi.
I thought it was
Soavi.
gonna be Nikolai Peepee or something.
Mikolai
Just go along with my poofy.
Soavi. I don't know how to say it, but anyways, this guy, he was shit. My
Oh, SAOVI.
Soavi. Yes. He was actually in
Yeah, I know what
Demons.
you're talking about.
He was an actor in Demons. He's like the one who had like the half mask kind of on his face, you know. He also went on to direct Cemetery Man.
That's yep.
That's like his biggest film, a Cemetery Man,
Yeah.
and The Church. And he worked.
I liked The Church.
Yeah, me too. I liked
I liked it more
Cemetery
than
Man.
Cemetery Man. Cemetery is a huge cult classic. I really like The Church
Well,
more.
I put Cemetery Man off because of you for a long time because you weren't that big of a fan when you saw it. So
No.
I waited, and then when I watched it, I was like, "What the fuck?" I really liked it.
It's just too trippy and kind of slow for me.
I enjoyed it. But anyways, yeah, this guy, like, he was like basically the protege of Dario Argento and Bava. Like, he worked with both of them for a long time, and Dario is actually the one that got him like a way to like help produce this movie because this is his directorial debut. Like, he worked with him on one of his movies. I forgot which one, as like the co-director and shit. And same thing with Bava. He worked with him on something as like a third director or something. But anyways,
Yeah. These guys are all over each other's movies.
yeah. So my movie begins with just, it's a normal credit sequence, right? Like just black with white credits and stuff. But for some reason, you just hear the sound of drowning cats during it.
Oh, no.
Woo!
Yeah. And after the credits, you see just a little black cat walk by. And we're on the streets and shit. Dude, I keep fucking burping.
That's gross.
There's this like hooker on the street, right, that the black cat walks by, and she basically looks like a rude Cyndi Lauper. And like she's like,
Cyndi Lauper was looking good back in the day, like that movie Vibes with Jeff Goldblum.
yeah, this is like
Damn.
good looking Cyndi Lauper, but she's just kind of a bitch. Like, people are shouting at her and she's like ignoring them. Like, she's not a good hooker. Like, the guy's like, "Hey baby," and then she's just like, ugh. It's like, you're not gonna get any business doing that, Cyndi Lauper. What the fuck? So she's just being all cunty faced, and there's like a little like.
That's Mike's favorite
It
word.
is. It gets me every time.
That's why he giggled. It made me happy to hear that.
Yeah,
That little
that and any hate speech he's so giddy about.
What do I hate?
The greatest thing is hate speech against cunts.
Mike would write a hate speech dictionary where like he just writes, like you give him like the normal like woman, and then he'll translate it into all like the horrible derogatory terms he could think of.
But the thing
he
is,
would love to write
never
that
do
book.
that.
but he
That's
wouldn't even
ridiculous.
know that he's doing it. He wouldn't know that he's
What?
being offensive.
Oh yeah, that's true. He just he's like a really old. He's like a baby boomer. He's just like, oh, whatever. That's what we used to call him. It didn't mean anything.
That's fair. That is a good description of me.
That's hilarious. Fuck. I'm not gonna get that out of my mind.
Yeah, Mike as a baby boomer.
What? I thought they liked to be called Negroes. I don't know.
Mike.
I disagree with that one. That's. I'm not a racist baby boomer. I'm just.
I've dated colored girls.
Oh my god. For several years at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was good.
Mike quite famously likes black girls. Or did strongly prefer them. Now you're a little bit more open to all races,
Yeah,
right?
what?
Except in your speech.
Yeah, except in my speech. I mean, I still strongly dislike white American women, so that's still a strong dislike on my part.
That's understandable, though.
I'm
We
gonna
all
have to
get
cut this.
Was that it? Yeah,
You
that
can't
was a
say
step
that.
too far.
You can't say you strongly dislike any race, Mike. I'm
All
gonna have to
right.
cut that.
I agree with this one, though. Like, this is the only one I've ever agreed with.
We're gonna lose all our white female listeners.
She stopped listening forever ago.
I know.
That one quit. All right. Anyways, my fucking movie, man. So this bitch gets dragged into an alleyway and killed,
no.
and then all the neighbors all come out and they're like, "What happened?"
I guess it was
What
her
the
time
fuck?"
after time. Oh, that was terrible.
Shit.
I got tears for that one.
I hated it so much.
Oh wow! No, that was,
It was
great.
Her time after time. It was good. Hated it.
That might be our end of episode zinger.
All right. So the neighbors are all like, "What the fuck is going on?" And they're all like going down to check and stuff. And all of a sudden, this like man in a black suit with an owl head leaps over them, like takes like a diving leap over everybody, and then jazz music starts playing.
I'm out.
And he starts dancing his ass off, but it's like cool jazz because it's like kind of like spooky
Oh,
jazz.
okay.
Saxy Jags?
Because the whole like the soundtrack is like the typical like Italian, kind of like creepy synthish stuff. So, but it kind
had
of
the
mixed
best
this one up to where
soundtracks,
it was like kind of like a fun, fast beat,
Okay. All right.
So like now this owl man is just dancing like crazy. And it starts to like back out, and you can tell what it is. They're doing a play called The Night
okay.
Owl.
I was gonna say, like, what did all those people think of this dancing owl?
They started dancing with him,
Because it's a play.
and that's why I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then like, yes, you find out like it's this whole play.
Wait, so Cynthia
And the
Lauper
direct-
isn't dead?
Well, now you've just
No, she's not dead.
spoiled the whole movie for me by ruining that
That's
opening
good.
scene.
That's like
No,
that's a really good opening.
it's literally all the movie.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
because it's kind of cool because my movie takes place in like 2 locations. That's it.
Oh, cool.
But with like all the sets and
A
stuff, it
stage
makes it
in
different.
the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. That's where we're going with your film.
Oh,
Dick
they're on
Wizard's
a cruise.
What a
basement.
wild ride.
yeah.
All right. So the director's mad at the main whore, the Cyndi Lauper looking one. She's just wearing like a wig, by the way. Like they're all wearing wigs. And he's mad at her because she thinks she's not a good actor. The producer that's like investing all the money into this shit thinks the whole thing is like terrible and stupid. The director has this whole like vision in his head of the movie or of the play where basically he wants the rapist to get raped. Like that's his big thing.
Okay, he likes revenge fantasy. All right.
Yes,
that sounds very Italian.
Yeah, so like he wants that. The producers is like, oh shit, man, this is weird. My money's going to hell. So then the guy who's playing the owl man,
I signed up for just a casual owl killer play, not 120 Days of Sodom.
120 Days of Owls. The man playing the owl.
That actually sounds almost delightful. 120
Yeah,
Days
you've got an
of
owl
Owls.
fetish, not the rest of us. Owls are creepy.
Like
Yeah,
a 90-minute cut of like 120 time-lapse days of owls in their nest and watching
just
little
doing
bit.
what they do.
Sorry, I'll stop.
Catching rats
Yeah.
and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the guy playing
In
the
3D
owl is
IMAX.
really gay. Like, extremely gay. Like, he's very flamboyant. Everything he says is like, oh my god, honey, and all that shit. Like, and he's just great.
Shall we pause so Mike can just get it out of his system so we
Shut
can
up.
just cut it?
I
Whatever.
hate you.
Like, he's gonna
Angus is the one calling women
Accidentally?
whores casually. How am I the bad guy?
No.
Yes.
You called the last one a whore. You called your fucking teacher a whore.
He did. That was
No,
TJ.
no. A character in my movie literally said that she was a whore. I passed no judgment on her
My
promiscuity.
director said she was a whore.
Yes, see, yeah, Angus also had a character specifically say.
I would like to move
Whore.
on from this because I did not have a character call her a whore. That was definitely my my commentary, and I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
All right. So the bad whore actress.
I can't wait for the tweets on the Twitter we don't have because Mike doesn't maintain it. And thank you for
Well,
not
I'm saving all our
maintaining it.
lives. I'm a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Twitter.
No Twitter. Anyways.
Without a cape.
God damn it. Bad. I made it through one paragraph.
That's all right. We're an hour and a half in.
Yeah, we have time to kill.
Let's wrap it up.
Does anybody else have any stupid shit nobody else will know about?
Another 2-hour
Let's roll.
episode.
Let's go. I want to hear more about Owlman.
Bad whore
Me too.
actress. She leaves with her friend who is she's the lady, the wardrobe lady. And she like got hurt, the whore actress, and her friend takes her to a mental hospital because she got her leg hurt. And she just thought it was like a regular hospital. She didn't know it was like a mental hospital. And the woman at the front desk is saying, you know that's not what this is, right? And then like the doctor comes up and he's like, well, what's the problem here? And then he just goes and looks at her anyways because he's a good guy, I guess. And like they're walking through the hallways and there's this crazy man in a bed and he looks at the girl and she gets all scared and shit. And then like they're talking to the doctor, he's telling her what's wrong, and then they were like, oh, what's up with that weird guy down there? And the doctor explains that he's this actor that went crazy and killed like 16 people. So
Oh, he had a bad case of loving you. Yeah. Shame.
that was bad. All right, so they left, and then it's like panned onto the killer on the bed. They're like, "Ooh, he creeps me out," and then like it starts to like zoom out, and the guy's head moves over, and it's the orderly with a goddamn syringe in his neck.
Oh.
So the crazy killer man is in their back seat while they're talking about him, like, "Ooh, that guy was scary, creeped me out." And then when they got back, the director fired both of them. The wardrobe lady's leaving. She's going out to her car and then, like, gets a fucking pickaxe right through her mouth. Yeah, like, it was pretty cool. Like, it was a good shot. Like, it just went straight through and she died. But then they show her with, like, the thing sticking out of the mouth, like, obnoxiously. Because it was, like, a giant pickaxe. The friend discovers the body, and then, like, all the cops come and stuff, and there's, like, a whole, like, media thing where they're like, oh my god, what's going on? Anyways, all the people in the play go back inside, and they're all sad because the lady's dead. And then the director, like, that's when he gets to play, and he's like, oh, no, we're still going on with the play, and I'm gonna revise it, because this play is going to be huge because somebody actually died here. One of our actresses died. They're like, she wasn't an actress.
Yeah.
I don't care. She was an actress now.
This guy believes in
So
this
his
guy
whole
believes
plan
in
is-
his art. I like this guy.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
this is
he's giving
great
it
for
his
this.
all.
He's solid. This is good. He's right. Yeah.
He doesn't want this project to fail. Like, he knows how much time
The
everybody's
show
put.
must go on.
They're literally 3 days from opening.
Oh,
So you
that's the problem.
think of how much time would be wasted if you just let some bitch who got pickaxed ruin the whole thing.
Yeah, people die on movies all the time. and
Yeah, I'm
they
not
keep-
letting
Resident
him ruin
Evil!
a cool costume like Owlhead, man. So.
Yeah, like, it's the
Yeah.
greatest costume ever. Like, if that went to waste
Like-
and nobody saw it, shame.
Right? And didn't you just say, you said last time, like, somebody died making Resident Evil the final chapter.
Yes. Died
And
and
that shit still
dismemberment.
came out? And that didn't even have, like, an Owlman killer dancing to jazz.
No.
Like, that is solid gold.
It's fucking fantastic. Like, I want to go see an Owlman dance. Like, I would go see this play.
you know that this guy
I want to
is
buy
dancing
TJ an owl
despite the
suit and have
sorrow
him, have him
and
dance
grief
for
of
us.
death
I think
in his
that
hat.
would be amazing.
Oh my god, yes.
Oddly
Seductive.
Very
enough, my wife has bought an owl suit for
For
Halloween.
her, for you.
what?
No, for her. I'm gonna go as a lizard man.
Dude, you're gonna...
It's this kid's show that my son
He-
likes. So my son is dressing as like the cat superhero, and I'm the lizard one, and my wife is.
Can
the
you
owl
borrow
one.
her
man, I
outfit
don't-
for
The
us?
owl one is the girl. If it'll fit, she got a
Nice.
leotard.
The way TJ's obsessed with owls makes me think he's gonna fuck her while she wears the owl suit at some point.
You mean already?
Already did it.
No, she hasn't gotten the whole costume together. The leotard she got was.
So you've
the
been
wrong
edging
size,
this whole
so she got a
time,
different
just
leotard.
thinking about it.
All those feathers are gonna all stick together soon.
No, it's just like a red leotard and a red cape and a mask, an owl mask.
Yeah, that's it. I hope it grows every year.
Alright.
It would be. It grows.
You know, like this year, it's just that.
The costume
like,
grows. Like you want my wife to gain weight? What?
No, like the costume, it just gets more elaborate every year. Until you become a full-on
okay.
fucking owl furry.
While dressed up
A
as
lizard man.
Gecko.
Gecko.
A gecko. His name is Gecko.
See, I like
can't believe
lizards,
we're
so I'd probably
talking
end up
about-
fucking you.
I can't believe we're talking about my son's show.
All right.
Yes.
So, forgot where it was. Oh yeah, director said it's still going on. Now the gay Owlman, he's like saying, "You're not just gay Owlman anymore. Your name is this," and it's the name of the guy who is actually the killer. And like,
Gowl Man.
and now there's the redhead whore. She's the one that took over for the Cyndi Lauper one, and her red hair.
This is great. It went from like Cyndi Lauper to a redhead. These are like things I like.
So she's in like the wardrobe room and she's undressing, right? And then she takes off her clothes, but it's hilarious because like she's wearing these giant fake tit bras. Like
Tit
they're
bras?
I don't. You know that memory foam that's in like fucking beds?
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
that, but it looks like they put like rubber bands on it to make them giant
They
balls.
put it on her tits?
They put them over her tits because then when she actually takes her top off, she has like no tits.
So she's wearing like stunt tits.
Yes.
And then in the movie, she takes the stunt tits off.
Yes, like on
So like the
in
stunt tits are for when she's on the stage and
Yes.
she takes her. That's pretty funny.
play
Yeah.
tits.
Play tits.
It's not like your double entendre there. That's good.
All right, she feels like she's being watched and stuff, and she's starting to freak out. And then like everybody comes in because
now
they
that
hear
song
her.
is in my fucking head, and we already talked about that song.
What? Oh,
I'm just
somebody's
thinking of
watching me.
Rockwell.
I'm not doing it
Again,
again.
and-
Yeah. So she's getting scared, and then everybody runs in, and then they blame the gay guy for scaring her, and he's like, "I didn't do it.
You sound,
It wasn't me. I
you
swear."
sound like TJ when you talk like a gay man. Except TJ doesn't sound gay at all.
Excuse me?
Is that how you hear
No,
him?
I was going to say, he doesn't sound gay
Really?
at all, except you sound like TJ when you're trying to be a gay man.
I mean, I know you don't listen to these episodes, so you don't like have an idea how all our voices sound together. But I do listen to the episodes, and I know for a goddamn fact I don't sound like that.
You know, perception is key, is all I'll have to say.
So my movie, they had all these like windows that laughed, and I didn't.
You know what, Mike? I am bringing that voice to the next episode. I'm just sinking us. Episode 18, where we jump the shark. And I talk like this all the whole time
that's not
about my
Oh,
movie.
that is how it...
I watch a lot
That's exactly
of
how
movies.
Angus said. This is great.
Honestly, yeah, he's doing a great impression of me
This
impersonating
is
him.
getting too meta.
If
I
you
don't
don't
like
mind,
this.
I'd like to go off topic and talk about this movie I watched called Without.
Well, we're not on
Without.
episode 18 yet, so let's focus on his movie at 17.
Well, let's think about episode 18.
It's coming for you, Mike, and it's all your fault. Oh man, if I did this too, imagine all the hate speech from Mike. And it would actually be hate speech by like minute 3. Hate for me,
yeah.
but you know.
All right. I won't do gay TJ voice anymore. So later on, the gay guy's in the mirror, and he's like all excited now because like his character actually has a name and stuff, and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Irving Wallace," and then he bows down, and then like when he bows, the guy in the owl suit is behind him. Some guy stole his owl suit and is standing right behind him. It's scary. Ah! Yes. Now there's another girl doing her rehearsal, and no one can find the gay guy. And then the owl comes out, like while they're doing their number.
Hooty hoo!
And the one girl starts yelling, like the main girl, the one who got fired, but she's still there, starts yelling, "That's not Brett! That's not Brett!" Brett is the gay guy. And the director is telling her to just shut up. And she's like, "That's not Brett!" And he's like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then the owl just starts choking this woman in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Oh,
"Man,
wow.
he's a really good actor. So is she." Because he's like actually choking her. And then he just starts stabbing her with a knife,
Oh.
and they're like, "Wow, that's really good effects." And then like he just runs away, and then they find out she's actually dead.
Wow.
So now they're all terrified. They go to call the police, but the phone lines have been cut. The doors are locked because they locked it. Like
Oh, it's demons now.
No. The director had the lock, right? He told the lady who just got killed to go lock the door because he didn't want anybody coming in because there was a murderer out there. But since she's dead, they don't know where the key is now. Because she didn't have it on her.
Oh.
No, I get it, yeah.
Yeah, so now they all split up to go find the key. The producer runs into the owl guy, and he just starts offering him money. And then he gets stabbed.
Why did you give him money?
Because he was trying to bribe him. He was just
Stop
like,
killing my actors?
well, he was just like, "Let me go, and I'll give you some 20s." Like, he honestly didn't even flash that much money. Like, he like offered him like
My
$46
friend,
to not die.
George Washington, or his other friend, George Washington.
I got an Abe Lincoln here. He pulls out a penny.
Ugh.
So now the director and one of the actors go looking for the key while leaving all the girls in a room with the production assistant. And the killer tries to go into that room, like try to break in, and they're all blocking the door except one girl who's like just fucking going batshit, like giant eyes and shit. She won't stop yelling and not even get close to the door or help in any way. A hand breaks through like fucking Friday the 13th and just grabs the guy and like holds him against the door, and then like a giant drill press comes through and just starts going through his stomach. And then after that, they all see the owl man on the rafters, like up top. So they run up to chase him. And at this point, I'm just hoping for a railing kill. Like, that's all I want. Because there's 5 people on a railing and a killer. Like, somebody has to go flying off that fucking thing.
Yeah.
While he's yelling hootie hoo.
I feel like it's not gonna happen though.
It doesn't happen, sadly.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I guess it was his directorial debut, as
Debut.
Mike would say. So debut, his directorial debut. So he just didn't know that you had to have the railing kill.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll forgive it, but it's a flaw.
I feel the same way. The director sees the owl man, and like he axes him, right? Like he hits him with the axe and kills him.
Okay.
But it turns out it was the gay man Brett he had the costume on while tied up.
Oh no.
So the killer tied him
that
up.
happened in Mission Impossible 2. Maybe John Woo got the idea from this movie.
I guarantee you he did.
Yeah.
Now that screaming bitch girl who was just annoying, like, got pulled through the floor, and one of the guys is, like, trying to lift her back up, and she's screaming, and then he finally gets her up, but her entire bottom half is missing now, and her organs are just hanging
Nice.
out.
Oh, man.
Like,
Nice.
really graphic, too. Like, just fucking bloody as shit. The guy is, like, all pissed off now, so he jumps down to go get him, to go kill the owl man, and then he just gets chainsawed out of nowhere. like, just fucking right through him.
Like, he should have heard that.
The guy started the chainsaw as soon as he jumped down. Like, the owl started when he got
okay.
down there. He didn't know that he had it.
That's pretty confident that the thing's going to start on the first try. I wonder what brand that is.
It was a... Fuck, I don't know any brands. I used to
Black
have
and
a
Decker.
chainsaw, and I was going to say it, but I forgot. Anyways, so now the director is, like, scared, and he throws a girl at the guy, at the owl man, and then she gets cut by it, like, right across, like, her shoulder and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And when he throws her, it's kind of fun because she, like, falls, like, cut, but her titty falls out. And it's just one... So it seemed like it wasn't supposed to. So it seemed like it was just something like they caught on camera and they're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, we're using that. We got a tit shot.
Yes.
We got a free tit shot.
We must
fellas.
use the one where the breast was seen. Use that shot. It is the best. Not because of the breast, but because of the breast. You know.
Your fun voice there was too good that I didn't want to compete with it. Like, y'all wouldn't touch my Indians. I won't touch your fucking Italian director.
Is my debut, so need more of the breast.
Debut.
You understand? Capiche?
I like that you even went in breast. That's totally what he'd say. Alright, director, he gets his fucking arm cut off with the chainsaw, and
Nice.
he's like the chainsaw breaks down, so then the guy...
I've been excited. I just realized I was excited for every chainsaw kill. Every time. He gets it with a chainsaw. Nice! Nice!
Well, the
Every
chainsaw
time.
finally breaks down after, like, slitting 3 people, so then he just
Not
takes an
nice.
axe and, like, chops the director's head off.
Mm.
Our main girl finds the girl that was cut, and she's just bleeding inside of a shower. And then she hears something coming, so she hides in the shower next to her, while the owl man, like, just finishes killing off the other girl. And then the main girl, like, runs out afterwards, and she finds a gun. The owl man, like, arranged all the bodies across the stage in, like, a fun way. And he's just kind of sitting there, like, in a chair, just
This guy's
staring.
a fucking genius.
While all these... Dude, this scene is, like, so beautifully shot. Like, I can't describe it in the words, but, like, the way he's sitting there with all the dead bodies is, like, arranged perfectly. And then, like, there's, like, these little, like, feathers, like, just, like, kind of floating down. Like, very,
Wow.
like,
It's very scenic.
artistically. While he's just sitting there staring, like, into nothingness. And it's just like this giant owl head. You can't see his real eyes or anything. It's a fucking great shot. So
Nice.
she sees that the key is there, like, near him on the floorboard. It's, like, kind of sticking out, like it got stuck in between the floorboards. So she goes under it and tries to get it, but, like, this cat hears her, that black cat from before, whose name is Lucifer, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're like, Lucifer, where are you? And stuff. So anyways, the cat makes sounds, and then the owl grabs her, and then she tries to shoot him, but there's no bullets in it. So she grabs a screwdriver off the ground and just...
That would have really helped Brandon Lee.
Oh, that's so sad.
What, too soon?
Yeah.
You got so upset.
That's really sad. But think about this, then we wouldn't have had Edward Furlong Crow. You know,
I've one of the absolute worst movies I've ever seen. That movie is worse than movies I've just turned off.
I've never seen it. I've only seen 1 and 2. Like, I can't bring myself to watch 3 and 4 of that, and I can't bring...
3 is... You can get through 3 before... I don't know how I watched the whole thing. I guess because I was 20 at the time. But it's left a mark. It scarred me. And that was so bad.
Who plays them in 3?
Like a nobody, but Kirsten Dunst is in that movie.
3 or 4?
3.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, like, 3 and 4 of The Crow I've never watched, and it's the same reason, like, I won't watch Wishmaster 3 and 4.
Tara Reid is in 4, and I feel like that's one of those shitty early 2000 movies that, like, Michael Madsen had to have been in. I just feel like he's in it.
He was in all those shitty movies.
Maybe he's not, but like he should have been if he wasn't. I'm not gonna look at this up.
I'm gonna just he was.
Let the angry tweets come to our Twitter that we don't look at.
Okay. All right. She stabs him in the eye with a screwdriver, and then they're up on the rafters. He falls over the rafters, the railings.
Everyone's happy.
Finally.
Yes, but he catches a cord on his way down.
Oh.
So he starts climbing up it, right? And she's got an axe, and she just starts chopping it. And he's about to get to the top, and then she finally chops it. He falls through a table, like, that's down there. And, like, a really long, hard fall. Like, it looked like the stuntman missed his mark, because it looked like he was supposed to hit the table fully and, like, kind of break his fall. But he only hit the table with his head. The rest of his body hit the ground, so I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but it didn't look like it was. It looked like he missed his mark.
You know, when you said he took a long, hard fall through the table, and before you said stuntman, I totally thought it was going to be a wrestling reference.
I should have. Fuck. Like Jeff Hardy last week when he broke his fucking neck or whatever. Do you know about that, Mike?
I didn't know he broke his neck again.
He did something. I didn't watch it or anything, but I saw people like posting like prayers for Jeff Hardy because like apparently he like fucking fucked up a thing off a ladder through a table and like broke like something in his back or neck. They said he was just puking up blood right there on the fucking thing.
That's awesome. I missed it. No.
Yeah. All right. So Jeff Hardy falls off the thing.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy owl.
Jeff Hardy owl.
So she got him and everything, and then walks by, and then like he just grabs her. So then she grabs her, and then he throws a flaming garbage can at her.
Oh, that's a real dick wizard move.
And he escapes. Or no, she escapes. Fuck, I forgot how I wrote this. Alright, anyways, she escapes, not him. He's dead. She threw the flaming can on him. He caught on fire. That's what happened. So now there's a whole media circus and everything. She's in the mental hospital now being checked out. And then she realizes she dropped her watch along the, like, in there. So she goes back to the studio. And she runs into Willie, who's like...
fucking watch after surviving that?
It's a very important watch. And she runs into Willie, who's like the janitor there. He's like an old black man who loves to talk. And he's saying like, oh boy, like, you should have just taken the safety off that gun. You would have killed him. And he keeps saying that, right? Because that's what was wrong. Like, she had the safety on. That's why she didn't get to shoot him. And he was like, oh man, I'm not supposed to let you in, but okay. Even though there were 8 bodies found. And she was like, wait, what? 8 bodies? And then she did the count of everybody. And the 8 bodies was just her friends, not the killer.
Oh, no.
So then she was like, oh my god! The killer is right behind her. And she's like freaking out because he's ready to kill her. And then Willie shoots him right between the eyes and keeps going, the safety. See, the safety wasn't on. I got him right between the eyes. Right between the eyes. Can you believe that? Got him right between the eyes. He says right between the eyes. I'm not exaggerating, 64 fucking times.
64. Click, 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 click on the counter.
I had like one of those little clickers every time he said, between the eyes. Right between the eyes. And that is stage fright.
Nice.
All right, so those are our movies. It's time to move on to where we all tell our best bullet points. As you might guess, that's just the best parts about each of our movies. So I went first with The House with Laughing Windows. So as you kind of gathered from my short explanation of the movie, not a lot happens, but it's all about atmosphere. Like there's just dread and like
It's all
mystery
about us.
about
All
it.
about us.
All about us. All about not ass. Atmosphere. Anyway, I can't sing atmosphere into that song. So like the whole time, like you are constantly like stuck wondering like what exactly is going on in this movie, even though there's not a lot of like nudity or graphic violence like most Giallos. But like it's just like weirdness to it. And I did say that it's like dreamlike, because it definitely is the way it flows. Like it's paced very quickly for not a lot happening. It also looks really good. Like if you Google the movie, you'll probably come up with the screen cap of the main character by the house with the laughing windows, where he's basically standing, in the yard, and the house is there in the background, and you see these creepy lips painted on the windows. It is shot really well, and I actually read a review on Letterboxd where it basically said it's kind of like Italy's version of The Wicker Man, where it basically is all about like the mystery and the weirdness of it.
Dude.
So
Hold on, I just Googled it. There is some really creepy looking shit.
exactly, yeah. So
the image search
it
is pretty cool.
Thoroughly creepy. Also, those opening credits, like
I see your tortured Jesus, man.
right, yeah. Like I wouldn't say I'm exactly sensitive. I don't watch a lot of really graphic horror anymore like I used to. So I'm like kind of more naive about or not naive, but innocent about these things than I used to be, and more sensitive. But like usually not excessively so. But like that opening like really like got to me. I was like watching it thinking maybe I'll just watch that other movie I was thinking about. I actually almost like got too skittish about it just from the opening, how like just disturbing and how under your skin
That's weird,
it gets.
man.
Just from just weird images of a guy, and not even like excessively gory. Like the guy's just getting cut, but like the color that was used and all the heavy shadowing and the sound of it. Like,
Considering the movies
really
I know
fucking
you've
unsettling.
watched, that is strange.
Yeah,
that you
those
would feel
opening
that way.
credits, they're gonna stay with me for a long time. Just those opening credits, and then, of course, like I said, like it all builds to that ending, like the very very end. That's it may be a little bit more typical horror movie, but that scene where he's in the attic and then the two sisters are there with the weird, like there's a weird corpse in a tank. And just the things that she says and the way that she says them, and she's like gleeful as she says all this. Like, I mean, that's typical of horror. Like they're gleeful, but they're like, she really sells it. Like I said, these actresses were on point, and it's just that ending too. That scene up there in that attic and the opening of that movie are things that will stay with you. So, like I said, this is not a lot happens in the movie, but it does have a lasting like presence after you watch it.
What would you say is the movie that like kind of like stuck with you the longest, like with like that kind of shit, like just overall weird, creepy, gross, disgusting, whatever?
You've got to know the answer to this.
Is it Eraserhead?
Of course it's Eraserhead.
Okay.
We got way too drunk And at like what 4 in the morning, we used
yeah.
to go over to Mike's place, Mike's apartment, as we called it. I don't know if that's still a thing, but
If it was
we went to
12 years ago, that's hilarious, people. Because
yeah,
we would invite girls over to Mike's
remembers.
apartment.
Somebody remembers Mike's apartment. So we went to Mike's apartment like 4 nights a week, and
We
so
lived
what happened?
there.
Yeah, Mike basically went about his life because Mike was a grown-ass man at this time. Angus and I were just out of high school.
Yeah, like we were
So
18,
Mike went about his
like just crashing
Yeah.
at his apartment.
he was 21, and we'd hang out, and yes, we drank when we were underage. Who doesn't? But we would do all-nighters, me and Angus. But Mike had to work at 9:30, so when we're at 5 a.m. just blasted watching Eraserhead, and because we're so drunk and it's so late into the night.
Hold on. Is that the same night like we mixed every alcohol bottle that was like drips left in his
All
apartment?
the
No.
night all the nights blend together.
It was a
I don't
separate
think
night.
so because
I thought that was the same night.
no,
shit.
yeah, it was a separate night. That night we didn't bother Mike. We were quiet, probably because the Eraserhead incident happened recently. But yeah, to finish that story off, Mike,
I think we
at a
should
certain
save that
age, you
story.
keep
I
all
think
your.
it's a good story for a later time, but I could be wrong.
Which
Yeah,
one?
we'll hold on to it then. The
mixing.
I'll
Yeah,
finish
yeah,
the
the
Eraserhead
Eraserhead
story. So it's
story.
5 a.m. And Mike's got to, Mike would get drunk and stay up till maybe 1 or 2, and then he'd sleep it off and go to be at work at 9:30. So it must be like 4 or 5 in the morning, and we're watching Eraserhead just beyond our limits. And Angus and I are just bawling. And we've seen the movie before.
Yeah, we
at
watched
this
it.
point.
Oh, this wasn't your
This
first
is
time?
a repeat viewing.
No, that's what was so
This is
fucked up.
This is a repeat viewing, and we're like I said, we are beyond our limits. So we are bawling, holding each other in fear.
On my couch.
No, we're
On this
grasping.
movie,
We're literally
on
like
Mike's couch,
holding each other in like
clutching.
a grip.
We are in
Just-
a ball of Angus and TJ, as just one ball of panic, watching Eraserhead. Tears. We are crying tears of fear, tears for fears, and we're shouting out loud.
We let it all out.
And Mike opens his door. What the fuck are you doing? Shut the fuck up! I have to go to work.
And he sees us cuddled
and
together,
And
crying.
yeah, we are as close as we can be without penetration, just like one mass. And we look up at him and we point at the TV playing Eraserhead and we say to Mike, and he just says, fucking whatever, and goes back to his room.
I really wish you were there for that experience, Mike, because it was terrifying.
Yeah, I wish you were part with us. Especially because it wasn't the first time we saw it, but like I said, we were so drunk so we knew it was coming up, and we were like triply afraid of the next image that we were gonna see. So knowing what was gonna happen made it even worse because that movie is so weird. So that's the movie that has the most staying power like that for me. Is yours the same?
I don't know, like, Salo fucking is one of those ones that stuck with me, and so is Serbian film, like...
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch either. I've opted out of both of those.
Me and Mike
myself.
watched Serbian
Yeah,
together
that's great.
for the first time. And, like, it was funny because, like, we watched the uncensored version, like, the completely
We
uncensored.
were like cheerleaders
But
then
then-
the whole time watching it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, like,
Oh yeah, what's hilarious is I opted to not see that movie, and I just casually walked in and was like, oh yeah, I know you guys are watching this. What part are you on? Oh right, the part that is actually the most fucked up part of the whole movie is the part I just bumble into when I've already decided not to watch the movie. So yeah, that part has stayed with me too.
but the funny thing is, like, I watched that completely uncut version with Mike, and it didn't affect me as much as the second time I watched it with, like, I think Jesse, and we watched like an uncut but semi-cut version where it cut out, like, of course, the baby scene and then
Right.
like a certain blood scene, and I don't know, like it affected me more that second time because like I guess me and Mike were sitting there joking that it looked like fucking David Spade the whole time.
Oh my god, that's right.
So it had less of an effect, like, because we were just sitting there laughing that David Spade was, like, this fucking crazy porn star. But then when I watched it without Mike, it was more disturbing. So it's, like, weird. Like, it's always a second viewing.
Yeah.
The second viewing fucks you up more.
What about you, Mike? Anything while we're here?
I mean, I guess it would have to be that one. Or, to be honest, Mother. I really, really, really liked Mother. And it was fucking wild. But I would probably have to say the newborn porn in the... In that movie, yeah. Serbian film.
Yeah, that is probably goes down in history as one of the most
I've made
messed up, scarring scenes.
I made Jessie watch that movie twice, and she cried both times.
Ooh, why would she watch it a second time? That's her own fault.
She actually she likes the movie, but it is like it's one of those movies that just fucks you up.
Yeah, I guess people rewatch Up, and that is.
I still haven't seen
think
it.
Up
so,
is one of those
I heard it's
miserably sad movies.
I've only seen the beginning.
And
of
you
it.
cried and stopped.
No, I laughed and was like, "Oh man, this movie's gonna be a hoot."
They come back. They call back to that beginning, of course. It's a story. It's an arc, and it's miserably sad. I only rewatched it because I have a 2-year-old, and you know what? Thankfully, he didn't care for the movie. He went off and played and didn't watch it because normally he'll sit down and just stare. And this movie, nope. So I'm like, okay, cool.
I hate when
Don't have to watch this one again.
I hate when Disney movies like actually have like horrible emotions behind them, like that make you feel bad.
Oh yeah, like no, come on, I don't want that.
Like
like
most
Cars.
of them involve parents dying, which is like the most horrific thing for a child.
Cable guy over that shit any day.
The cable guy.
So I also have a selling point for my film.
Oh god, I forgot. We were doing.
Yeah, we're doing a show.
I thought we
here,
were just having a conversation.
I'll cut it. I'll cut all of it.
No,
good.
don't.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Literally, no one's listening. It doesn't matter. I like it. I like it for austerity purposes. So,
we'll actually go over 2 hours now.
we're well. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we will. We're going to.
So basically, my selling point is the very beginning of the film because it kind of bamboozled me to start because it begins with like a 5-minute sunset in a swamp with like a monkey noises and other swamp noises and like probably owls and crickets.
Monkeys live in the swamp?
In Florida they do. So I guess Florida swamp monkeys.
Wait, there's monkeys in Florida?
Yeah, there was in like 1940s they shot Tarzan the movie there and like all their monkeys escaped.
Okay, wait. Okay, that is a singular example. They don't just exist. That is.
They brought them in for a movie.
Well, in my neck of the woods on Earth, there are monkeys in swamps.
No, not in your neck of
no
woods.
monkeys in Royal Palm.
No, I'm only in that like traveling monkey pet zoo man.
The mama suits or whatever.
No.
Yeah, Mike's just thinking of that guy.
No. So
they run wild, guys. I swear.
The story he's telling is of a place that I went, which is how he
knows
knows about it.
No, that's not true. I knew about it before. I actually told you this story when you told me you're going.
Excuse me, let me tell my story.
Fuck you.
Is it? Please tell me it's Castle Cave or wherever the fuck you guys kept talking about.
No, it's not. It's not south near Miami. It's up near the It
doesn't matter. Tell the monkey story.
Shawnee, it's near the Shawnee River. Anyway, yeah. So Mike was right. They came and they
conquered.
They brought all these rhesus monkeys for Tarzan.
Oh, I love their pieces.
And then a storm or a hurricane hit. Yeah. And these monkeys, which were caged, like the storm blew open the cages.
Now we have monkeys in swamps.
However many monkeys they had, all escaped. And in this one area that is a state park,
and really not even a swamp, to be honest,
the colony has thrived. And you canoe down, and you'll be near them, and don't go near them because they're pretty snarly animals. But it's pretty cool. You can canoe and see monkeys. They're pretty. They're Reese's are pretty good sized.
Possibly the beginning was either not in a swamp,
I like the big
or
cuts.
maybe didn't have monkeys. I mean, there were a lot of noises that begin it. It was a quite a few minute shot. So anyway, so that's how the movie started. Like it's just that, and then a lot of it had.
So hold on, wait, whoa. Was your movie set in Florida?
No, it was totally Italy.
Or just opened
No.
in Florida.
Oh, what the fuck?
It
You
opened
said
in
there's
Silver
plenty of
Springs
monkeys
State
in
Park.
Florida, so I thought it was in
Yeah,
Florida.
it's not in Florida. No, sorry. I was just using.
Why'd you even bring it up?
Because I was making a monkey noise, and I was called out for monkey noises in swamps, and so I brought up Florida monkeys.
Well, I'll take this moment to say, everybody go visit Silver Springs State Park if you want to see monkeys in Florida. They're not anywhere else, as Mike supposes, but they are definitely there when you go canoeing. You'll see the monkeys.
So after the 3 to 4 minute swamp,
What did Tarzan have to do with anything?
that's how the monkeys got loose.
That's where the monkeys. Yeah, that's where the monkeys
Tarzan brought
actually came
monkeys
from.
to Florida.
In the 1930s, a 1930s Tarzan film production.
All right,
brought
I'm
all
good.
these
I'm good.
animals
I
in,
get it.
and
I
the
get it.
monkeys
I get it.
specifically got loose.
So it
Okay.
goes
I get
from
it.
the.
Now everyone's heard the story 4 times. Everyone being our one.
You mean us when we
listener?
listen back? Hello?
You mean
Yeah.
me and Angus?
Shut up.
Me when I edit
listen.
and Angus
I've
when he
listened to
listens.
every episode.
Mike, I want to hear your monkeys.
Well, the monkeys are done with, so we get that very
You blew it up!
very relaxing scene to begin the movie, and then it goes straight to batshit level 9 with like a dark room with clocks everywhere and naked chicks with huge boobs laying on medical tables, and they keep waking up from nightmares and going back to sleep, and then they see this old lady with like super English teeth like laughing at everyone, and the old lady turns into a doll and starts doing like karate Nazi symbol like karate movements for no reason.
Okay, Mike's making up his movie again.
So no, I hate you. I am not making up the movie. So she's doing fucking karate while this is happening, and there's this really fat, ugly woman getting a kind of gynecological exam, and then all of a sudden they're all dead, and they all die by getting stabbed by this by the knife obviously used later on in the movie. And the whole time, this pair of really handsome man's blue eyes looks at everything. And so this was my very first introduction to Giallo, and so I thought it was fucking crazy, and that's my selling point.
My favorite thing was after you watched it, you texted us saying I'm gonna watch every one ever made.
Oh yeah, you said you're gonna watch every.
Yeah, it was
Giallo ever.
fantastic.
And I said
I
that's
love
a
this
lot of
movie.
movies, and that was the conversation. You're like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, it was
that's
great.
fine.
Sold.
Well, I would recommend Fulci. Go watch Don't Torture a Duckling and The Psychic. I think you would actually really like. Well, it's The Psychic, is the common title, but the actual title is 7 Notes in Black, or 7 Notes of Death. I don't know.
I like Don't Torture a Duckling.
I like ducks, so
Don't Torture a Duckling is probably the better movie, but I think Mike would like The Psychic better. Because Jennifer O'Neill stars in it, and she's really attractive, and you basically just stare at her face. For
yeah,
90
that is a
minutes.
selling
It's
point.
awesome.
What about you, Angus?
Do we count?
Yes,
Wait, do we count New York Ripper?
I think so. I saw it on the list.
Somewhat, yeah. New York Ripper is a lot more just visceral thrills than murder mystery.
Yeah.
And The Psychic, the theme from it was used in Tarantino used it in Kill Bill.
All right. Cool. Well, that was something interesting. Is my director? Apparently Tarantino was heavily influenced by my director. He went out and said he really likes this guy and everything, to the point where the guy who did my movie was originally gonna do From Dusk Till Dawn.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, he was gonna be the original director.
What?
Until he turned it down, and then Robert Rodriguez was next in
Would have
line.
changed the whole world.
Right? This guy would be so much more famous too. He would be crazy big here if he would have done it. But yeah, so I thought that was an interesting fact. That's not really one of my selling points. You just mentioned Tarantino, so it just reminded me of that. And when you said the thing about Eli Roth, I was thinking Eli Roth, but then I was like, wait, no, it was Rodriguez and Tarantino. Anyways, one of my selling points, and this one's going to be big for TJ, the guy who plays the gay Owlman, the Brett, not the actual killer, like the gay one,
Right. Yeah. No, I gotcha.
is Ricky from House on the Edge of the Park.
David Hess.
No, Ricky,
The other guy.
the friend.
Oh, he was in
House at the Edge of the Park, I
that
heard.
other movie I talked about. Oh my god, I always forget his name. He was in
Giovanni
he was
something.
He was in Cannibal Holocaust, which I also brought to the show.
No, you did not bring.
Wow.
Cannibal Apocalypse.
No, Cannibal Apocalypse. Excuse me, I've been drinking. I went ahead and had that copper lager too.
But no, he
So I've had
played
3
like
beers now.
an extremely gay character, which is just such a turnaround from what we know him as.
No, ooh,
So it's
that's a good one on me.
He's really funny too. Like he's like a very funny, sarcastic gay man. Like he played it so
Ooh.
fucking well. And if this
Do
might
you have one for Mike? Because that's a great one for me.
Yeah. I was going to say, this might get cut, but me and you, do you remember when we used to go to, like, the fucking skating rink, and we would pretend our names were David and Ricky because of that movie?
Yeah.
To pick up women.
For like 6 months,
Yeah.
we were David and Ricky.
Because of House on the Edge of the Park. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Did it
because
ever work for you
that?
guys?
No!
No,
Never.
well, nothing ever worked for us because we were the type of guys to huddle drunkenly screaming and bawling at Eraserhead. We we weren't just gonna scoop up chicks left and right. But I haven't thought of that in years. And looking back, that's rather disturbing.
It's so disturbing. That's why I said this might get cut.
We just thought it was funny at the time, but
But-
I never thought of the implication of what David and Ricky
that just
did.
realized that. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
That,
it's
like,
really bad.
Like, yeah, to name ourselves after the guys who did what they did in that movie. Like, we just, we did it in passing, totally in passing, because, we were just like, and like, we
We're
were
fans.
inundated with all these types of movies, so it didn't mean anything to us. But, like now that we've grown up a bit, like,
13 years
wow,
later,
that was-
it's extremely disturbing.
it is messed up. Like now I'm a dad. I'm just thinking, like, if my kid was like around somebody who was like, yeah, call me David because of House on the
David Hess.
yeah, I'd be like, nah, you gotta not be around that one.
Like I said, I don't mind if
Oh,
all that
man.
gets cut.
No, that's a great story. yeah.
I mean, there's
Okay.
yeah, no, there's nothing terrible.
Okay, I
in
thought it
there.
was
we were
like-
kids. We
I-
did dumb kid shit.
I thought it was kind of creepy.
I mean, yes, it was. It was really disturbing, but nothing ever came of it because, like, dude, we didn't even fucking talk to a girl. Like,
Yeah, but we had the razor blades in our pocket. We were ready.
Yeah, I like how DJ was trying to play the whole thing off, and then you come out with the yeah, but we had freaking laser blades too. Like what the?
Laser
I got
blades.
too excited. Whatever you had.
We had fucking
No,
Star
that-
Wars
that-
instruments in our pockets.
yeah, we had lightsabers and we called
Can
ourselves
we
David
please
and
finish
Ricky.
recording this session? I think this is gonna be.
Recording this film.
We
Yeah.
gotta end. Let's roll.
Oh
All
shit!
right, were there more selling points from you, Angus?
We didn't really have razor blades, people. That was a joke.
No, we did not.
Yeah, you had lasers.
All right. We had
No, yeah.
lasers.
I might have had a box cutter in the car. but
Stop,
I only
stop,
ever
we did
used
not.
it to scrape, like, when people leave their fucking ads on your window, and then it's Florida, so they melt onto
All
your
the
window.
monkeys from the
And then you have to
swamp.
slit their throat.
Yeah, I find those businesses and just slit their throats because I'm so mad. If we're done with the bullet points,
No,
we
I'm
have
not. I got
something
one more.
to get through.
Nor
All I got was the Ricky
yeah, tell
thing.
us more of
and-
your bullet points.
Now I've learned not to go off topic because I said I loved going off topic after the last couple episodes, but holy shit, now we have a 3-hour episode.
No, it's not. Shut up.
And this will be great when I listen back in 5 years because no one else is listening to it other
Please
than
sell.
future us.
Sell.
So
Why do we keep like downing ourselves, man?
Because it's
Like if we
mildly
keep like
funny.
self-deprecating like this, like people
You-
are just gonna be like,
can
"Man,
we
these
please-
guys are a bunch
can
of
we-
whiny
yeah, we gotta-
queers. Let's
we-
not
we
listen
have
to them."
delete
Like,
every self-depreciating thing on this podcast. There was like 5 too many.
like
I'm not. No, well,
There's
then
so
you can
many-
edit it.
Well, you edit it so nobody can listen, okay?
What is your last selling point, Jesus Christ? Please!
Yes, please. Please.
You know what? I'm just gonna skip the last one. Let's go,
done.
buddies.
All right. So by now you should know that our last segment is where we relate all of our movies to Paul W.S. Anderson. Now, when he directed this, he's credited as Paul Anderson. Anyway, the movie's Event Horizon. We have to relate to Event Horizon in a segment we call the Horizon Shift.
Shift.
Okay, so I went first. So my Horizon Shift is that the house with the laughing windows, basically it's about a guy going somewhere where people have disappeared mysteriously, and a lot of the movie is about him trying to understand where these people went and what happened to them. And also there's a lot of like graphic images, like he has the painting that he's working on of the guy getting cut up, and there's also, he's working in a church, so there's a lot of religious imagery and like cathedral architecture, just like in Event Horizon, where they try, they're trying to figure out what happened to the crew of the Event Horizon. The Event Horizon itself is a cross, and there's a lot of like arches and cathedral architecture in that ship itself. So that is how the House with the Laughing Windows connects.
Nice.
I like it.
So for my Horizon Shift, it's probably the weakest I've ever had, but it's really all I had, and it's basically all the...
I mean, you had one where your movie had a villain, just like Event Horizon. So, you're a step up from that
this
already.
is not a step up, actually. This...
Oh, Mike.
So it's basically...
Can we skip your shift like we skipped Angus's bullet points?
Actually, I'm done. Angus, tell us your
Is that
shift.
bad?
No.
So my shift is that
you got it. You got to embarrass
the dream
yourself.
sequences are the best part of this film, and there's not nearly enough of them, especially towards the end. They kind of disappear. Although they are almost completely like different than the ones in Event Horizon. They basically remind me of the hell scenes because it's just balls to the wall insanity added to like give the film added feelings of dread, and there's not enough of them. So that's my Horizon Shift.
I could make that prettier. Like
I'm okay with that. Let's go there.
All right.
Yep.
My movie had villains.
Wow. Done. Sold.
Yeah. No. It's actually worse than that. What I got was my the guy who played the director in my film looked exactly like young Sam Neill. And like he looked exactly like him and even talked like young Sam Neill.
That's a pretty solid selling point to me.
Was fucking crazy. But not only that, his PA, the production assistant, looked exactly like Baby Bear.
Like
they both
in
looked
50 more episodes, we're gonna look back to these and go, "Wow, these shifts were amazing."
Just like where did we come to?
All right, let's tally up the totals.
So now it's time to cast votes. Yeah, so I'm gonna go first. And let's just get right to the point. Mike, your movie sounds like a pile of what the fuck is going on. Angus, you've got Giovanni, what's his name, as a gay guy. I'm going Stage Fright.
Thank you.
TJ's movie definitely had no windows who laughed, and it made me furious. And Angus's has a monster hunter killer owl face man, and I'm voting for owl face man exclusively. So
thank you.
So Angus movie. Did you say my movie had no windows that laughed?
Not enough of them.
No, because it literally did. I told you that's the iconic scene, and the guy is outside, and you see the painted windows with the laughing lips.
It's not
faces
what I wanted
or mouths
from
on
my
them.
laughing window.
I saw the pictures. I would like,
but like you can't say they weren't there.
For laughing windows, what I expect is them like going up and down really fast, making laughing sounds. Like that would be great.
I did expect more than that.
Terrifying.
I guess not iconic. It's a very striking image. Iconic would imply that the movie was better known, I guess. Anyway, I did expect something more like haunted house out of it. More and audible. Like I expected laughter from the title, but But I was
Yeah.
happy with what was there
And
myself.
for no reason
but-
whatsoever.
All right, so Angus
what
won,
do you-
but
who would you have picked?
who would you have voted for?
I just want to say first off, thank you guys. But if you Google image stage fright right now and look at that owl thing, it's fucking so awesome looking. Like he is.
I'm gonna
such
save
a
it because I
fucking cool
actually
killer.
legitimately I've added your movie to my watch list, so
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
legitimately gonna watch this one day.
Yeah, it's really good. Like
So I'm
I
not
was-
gonna
Yeah, it
Google
sounded
it.
like one
I was
of your best
surprised how
movies,
good it
so.
was. Like this is the
Yeah,
one I thoroughly
definitely.
enjoyed like the most as a film, you know? Like I was
Yeah.
like actually like, "Oh wow, this was really good." But between your two guys is like TJ, I love the title of
Great
yours.
title.
Great title. Great fucking title, but like it just seemed like not that much went on. Like I looked at the pictures and it is like kind of hauntingly creepy, which I like. But I'm gonna go with Mike's because like a fucking wizard that just fucks people normal again, like that's fucking beautiful, man. Like
The
you
Tony
can't turn
Stark
down
wizard.
a fuck
Can't turn
wizard,
down the fuck
a
wizard.
dick wizard.
A dick wizard of fuck. I like it.
Oh my god.
So going forward, do we have a theme for the next episode?
Oh yeah, Angus, you get to pick a theme for us.
I do, and I've been sitting on this one for a while, and it leaves like a lot of possibilities. I want the next theme to be amazing animals.
Oh my god, thank you, because I was gonna pick an animal
Alright.
theme next. I'm not even lying.
Oh my god. All right, I love it.
I even have my
love
I
it.
even
Like,
have my
different.
movie already. This is great.
Any genre,
wow.
Yeah.
just amazing animals.
Cool.
All right. Were you inspired by that Mystery Science Theater episode?
I forgot what did it. Like I thought of this one like maybe 4 episodes ago while we were talking about something, but I don't remember exactly what it was. But I was like, fuck, I really
Okay.
want to do that.
All right. Well, figured I asked. Let's wrap it up. Everybody. Angus does the plugging. He
Oh,
does it way better
yes.
than I ever would.
Everybody, please go to our Facebook page. Follow us on Facebook. Like us.
Wait. You said I did the good Italian. Maybe I should do it in Italian.
Ooh, that
voice.
would actually be kind of fun. Yeah, do it.
Okay, everybody. Please, if you enjoyed this episode, like us, review us, please. It means so much to us. And of course, you can find us on the Facebook. We are on iTunes, Google Play Music, YouTube, and supposedly we are on Twitter, but that bastard Michael doesn't touch it.
You sound like an angry Frenchman. like
I can't, I'm blurring it.
it
I
kind
was
of
good
like
at
it
first.
faded in the end.
I
but
lost it, yeah.
I
And
still
was
liked
like,
it.
I panicked.
Fantastic.
I
It was
totally
great.
panicked midway
Job
through.
well
I was
done.
like, where the fuck
Good
am
job by
I?
you guys.
I still love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay, now that I'm really anxious about my accent, I'm gonna run away. See ya.
So yeah.